Episode of Pokemon D&D Snow. I'm your host and DM the Gold Crow, and with me I have four of my wonderful friends with me, and one of which is going to recap this game in which we throw math rocks around. Which one is going to do that?
That's gonna be me. So last time we went into the mines, and like we were told, the compass was no wait no we sorry, that was last week, 2 weeks ago. Hang on, last week. There we go. All right, we finished our short rest and continued on into the mines. The compass had stopped spinning and was pointing deeper. So we continued on to there. We found a stream of what was apparently liquid magnesite, which was teal, and apparently very cold. And we headed down an ominous flight of stairs and were met with a dragon, which appeared to be Hemlock. We got into a big fight with him, and right in the middle of the fight, Gorvin, the Florigato that we met on the train, showed up and started helping us. After being hit with a torch, Hemlock was shown to not be Hemlock in some sort of construct, as it burst into flame and fell to the ground. And after we defeated him, we found some of the meteorite being marinated in the liquid magnesite. And after that, we went back up to the surface and had a little chat with Gorvin. Learned that the murdered his best friend, and he saw that we were constantly causing problems for the murder, so he wants to join us to get revenge, and told us that his real name is Nicholas.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the whole session was pretty much an encounter.
Mm-hmm. Big fight.
Yeah, alright, so you can have a reroll for the session. And I believe you went back up to Red River, correct?
Mm-hmm.
And you went to the just kind of local inn they have at the top of the mountain. And
correct.
As you 4-5 were discussing things amongst each other, Malcolm, you start to glow again.
Oh boy.
You see the kind of ground shaking at first as you're talking, and it seems to be centralized on Malcolm as like the floorboards begin to just rattle and
push Nicholas over the bed. Give him cover.
As Malcolm's eyes glow the color of the meteor that you currently got, and he begins to float in the air, and he begins to rotate just a full 360 degrees, probably bleeding and incoherently as kind of the light erupts from his eyes, and like it shows an outward view of the inn, and it just glows with this arcane energy, and all of you are pushed back onto the ground, feeling stronger as you all have leveled up. As Malcolm just falls to the ground in a heap.
Oh, that applied now, huh?
Yeah.
I have so many questions right now.
And I wish I had answers.
You all feel a little bit stronger, and this is to indicate you all have leveled up. Let's go down the list here. Malcolm, how do you feel after that?
What has
this allowed you to do? What has this unlocked?
I feel like I could do a lot better with a third weapon. And I can hit a lot harder if it's a really heavy weapon. He got Great Weapon Master.
Yeah,
and he can now get a third weapon mastery, and his HP went up to 53.
53 at level 4.
Yep.
Insane.
Oh, and his strength is now capped at 20.
Yeah. I will update the little profile things later. All right, yeah. So a wonderful barbarian D12 HP level up. Dante, what did you get after the blast?
Oh boy, I got my level 3 in clerics, so I've actually gotten access to the stuff I have again. So somehow this explosion's resulted in a better connection with who even knows how that works.
Yeah.
Yveltal somehow is like better connection now, and I have my circle of mortality, which means ranged spirit of the dying, and I also get the ability to force crits on people now.
Mm-hmm. Well, vulnerability.
Yep.
Yeah. Maybe Malcolm like suppressed it the first time he exploded, and then he just unlocked it again. All right, and over to Proteus. What have you acquired?
I picked up telekinesis, so int of 20, longer mage hand that can push people.
Mm-hmm. And did I'm guessing one of your stats went up as well?
Yeah, I already said that. Int 20.
Ah. All right. And this is your first time experiencing this, Nicholas, unlike these others. So you just kind of felt this just arcane energy just wash over you and blast you back, and some of the furniture is like all on its side now, and the other three seem or other four seem just a little, this happened before. But yeah, this is your first time, and you feel a lot more just that connection to song you have, and that your blood has awakened, so to speak. So what did you get, and how do you feel about all this?
Okay, well, give me a quick second. Well, Nicholas got the weapon master feat, so he now has 16 in dex, and he now has weapon masteries, of which I believe I chose Vex.
Vex, yeah.
So,
Well, you can change it anytime you want. But...
Oh, right, yeah, I could change it, but currently it's Vex.
Isn't it like a weapon specifically, not the...
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh yeah. Yeah, it's a weapon.
Yeah, probably.
oh, okay,
rapier.
so yeah. I'm not used to weapon mastery, so yeah, his rapier now has his rapier can now pierce things a bit better and give him advantage. And his dex is 16 now, and he got another spell. I guess maybe due to the powerful burst causing some sort of psionic reaction or something, he can now read minds.
Yeah, you hear everyone's like thoughts as you awaken from this.
Oh man. Oh yeah, I guess I got another spell slot as well.
Yeah, the arcane.
And shield.
Yeah, the classic.
3.
All right, and roleplay wise, how do you feel about this? As you just watched the sheep like levitate in the air and explode, and this happened.
What he expressed before, he's like, okay, what, why, and how, and why do I suddenly feel stronger?
You know, this actually marks the second time of this happening. He just kind of looks to Proteus and then to Malcolm.
Malcolm is on his back and his legs are wiggling.
So, Hmm. You know the rock we found, one of
Yes.
which I ended up having to put in the backpack.
This is why he's
Apparently,
not allowed to eat them.
apparently in the past he ate one, and as far as we've heard, he should be dead. But instead, this sort of thing has been happening. I don't have
There,
any other better explanation.
there's, I, I don't even know where to begin. I just, okay. He's just, he's just so bewildered right now.
Yeah. Same thing it seems to have happened to Ira too.
Yeah, well, he's gonna be a bit hard. He's gonna become harder and harder for us to hide the more this happens. I don't think that the neighbors below us appreciated that.
Well, that'll be easy enough for me to explain away. It's just, if that ever happens out in the open, then that might spell trouble for this group.
Oh, I think it already has. So,
Yeah, joy. Yeah, I was already prepared to live and die on this, so guess we'll see where this woods takes us.
Certainly hope this doesn't have lasting side effects. Of the negative variety, that is.
I was
Clearly,
just
there's
about,
been more immediate ones.
I was just about to say, there's no way this ain't gonna, there's no way this isn't gonna cause some form of, ah, I can't breathe tonight. Side effects, but well, I guess for now we'll just have to keep an eye on things and see what happens. Ugh, this certainly not what I was expecting coming in here.
welcome to Malcolm.
Malcolm gets back up to his feet and like starts frowning and flexing his body.
Doing like quadrupedal sit-ups.
No, like he's tensing up his muscles, like he's focusing really hard.
Malcolm, are you trying to do it again?
Yeah.
No. You're gonna make your nose bleed.
Well, that doesn't sound good. I guess I shouldn't try to do it again.
Yeah, it's not like you control, like you voluntarily made it happen, Malcolm. It just kind of happened.
And I'd certainly rather be more concerned over what this might mean in the future.
I'm trying to remember, did we tell the MDRA about this phenomenon with him?
I don't think you have told them yet. No.
I don't think so either. So, Proteus will say, now we've been working with the MDRA,
Yeah,
and they
joy.
don't know about this. And we want to keep it that way.
I was just about to suggest the same thing. The MDRA learned about this. They'd probably have quite the field day with it.
Well, they
Not in
already
any
have a
good ways.
field of Wooloos that have heard about how great it tastes from Malcolm. They are more than willing to give it a try. And if they're doing it of their own free will, no matter how bad it is, the MDRA will oblige to let it happen.
Eh,
Or at least to one or two.
At least something more to the reason why Malcolm didn't outright get poisoned or anything.
I think part of it has to do with his connection to these dreams, but that's a discussion for another time. For now, we should probably make the most of our time here and see if we can get some magnesite to share with somebody.
Yeah. Well, it is nighttime.
Oh, I thought we'd already slept by this point.
No.
No, this was right after the previous scene.
Yeah.
Oh no, the neighbors must be really upset.
It was more of like it was a rumble and then a flash.
Like I said, if we get any complaints, I'll ward them off. It shouldn't be too hard to explain, but otherwise, perhaps rest is best for now. We can worry about tomorrow when tomorrow comes.
Malcolm closes his eyes and goes to sleep.
Standing?
Yep.
Okay. Does everyone else do that too?
Not standing.
Yeah. With the
I might try to tip Malcolm over onto pillows.
yeah.
Probably not too difficult.
Yeah. Yeah, you could probably do that. Just tip him over.
Yeah.
All right.
Nicholas seeing that, but otherwise he's grabbing a bed and sleeping.
Okay. So you all get the benefits of a long rest. But Malcolm, as you check out of this really boring conversation where they're talking about MDRA or something like that, you hear a voice, Malcolm, and it says, "Malcolm, help me, please."
We're in Dream World right now, right?
Yes.
He doesn't wake up from this.
No, you don't wake up from this.
Okay. He looks up from probably eating grass and looks around and he says, "Where are you?"
You're in just kind of, you're in that transition that you always take. Like, you're such a expert lucid dreamer that as soon as you go unconscious, you're in it, and you're probably one of the few people who can see that transition from reality to the dreamscape, as you're kind of like plummeting down as the iridescent colors kind of streak by in this black void, but it's somewhat comforting. And as you're falling, you hear this. It's a very staggered, static voice. It says, He twists everything, turns shadow in dreams into nightmares. You could stop him.
Legs?
I can feel you. You're close, but you have to. No, it's pulling me under. And,
Okay, still falling in a black void?
yeah.
Okay.
And that's when you land into the verdant green field. Very familiar. You may think to graze as you usually do, but you know what happens here every time.
Oh boy. Okay, it's just an open field.
Beautiful. It's the promise. It's what you dream the promised land is.
He's scanning the horizon, looking for the legs. He's go on.
as you look to the horizon, you can't see anything in you're used to this, or you just can't see anything in your peripheral vision when you're here. But when you focus there, it just the sky begins to darken. And the sun turns into a moon. And it begins to shatter like glass. Where you see this singular black void in the twilight sky just looming over you as it shatters. And the grass beneath you turns into a ragged, cracked wasteland. And you hear that voice, Malcolm. You cling to these fantasies like a child, but dreams die just like everything else, and you die with them.
No. He's gonna try to make the grass green again.
Do a charisma check
All
at
right.
disadvantage.
This is gonna go well.
Oh no,
my
he's
gosh.
in poisonous ground.
Rip.
4.
Yeah, as you try to will the grass back, just something is like you're used to being in dreams where you have an influence over it, where you can make anything possible, but it's just not working. In fact, it seems like the ground is coming more just ragged and unfertile. And you hear the voice say again in this low growling whisper, "You feel it, don't you? The chaos inside you, little sheep. It's growing. It's waiting to consume you. You're losing control, and it's only a matter of time before you destroy everything." As the ground begins to crack more. Did you really think you can control it? A puppet of chaos. Your magic isn't a gift. It's a curse. A curse that will devour everything you love. Everything you've built.
No, not the grass.
As you begin to sink into it like quicksand.
No.
And as you close your eyes, trying to wade out of it, you're not in it anymore. You're just in this blank void again, with almost like a spotlight on you. As you hear footsteps drawing close to you, all around you.
He's doing that thing where he's like looking to one side and he turns around and he's like on a swivel, and like out of instinct he's going to reach for his maul, which probably isn't there.
You reach for the maul, and then as you pull it out, it just melts into just goo. Just
Uh-oh.
And the 4 ominous figures start walking towards you. As their profiles just come into view from the dim light. And you see it's your friends. But their faces are blank and their eyes are hollow. And they move like lifeless marionettes towards you, jerking forward. Look at them. You'll destroy them all, you know. They will be the first, but they will not be the last. When you lose control, they'll suffer first. They don't even know what you are, do they? A ticking time bomb of disaster waiting to happen.
He doesn't know what to say to this.
As your friends, missing their eyes, walking, jerking towards you until they're just within 5 feet of you now. Their heads just kind of twisting and jerking, looking at you. They open their mouth and they breathe this vitriol black smoke that just makes you cough. Breathe it in, Malcolm. This is what chaos feels like. Poisoning everything it touches, just like you.
No, I'm not gross black. I'm pretty.
And,
I make rainbows.
and as you choke and cough until you just feel like you're just the vitality draining from you, you open your eyes and you're coughing in the middle of the inn right now as everyone's packing their bags. And yeah, you all see Malcolm wake up.
Oh, it's morning. Okay.
Yeah. He's coughing an exuberant amount of times, though.
And once he stops coughing, he just kind of goes limp in the position where Proteus knocked him over the previous night.
Has he been getting up later and later compared to the rest of us?
No, he's just more abruptly. What do you guys do from here?
Dante's probably gonna lose comments. Still looking at Malcolm after waking up coughing. Either it's another nightmare or you catch something.
You guys still have your eyes, right?
You can
Well, I will
open
just-
yours to find out the
I
answer
don't
to
wanna.
that.
Well, considering I'm able to see right now, I would assume I do.
One of his eyes slowly opens. And then the other one. And he rolls back onto his feet and gets up. I don't like having these nightmares, guys.
It's not the same one again, is it?
No. This time it was just a voice that turned the ground into cracks and I fell in and then I was in darkness and you guys had no eyes and then you breathed out all this black smoke on me and then he called me chaos and that I was going to destroy all of you.
Okay, so now I see
Right.
why you sleep without pillows.
Correct.
I hear tale of druids near Ironbroch who happen to specialize in dreams, so perhaps that would be worth seeking out sometime soon to get insight on this, assuming it isn't just a simple dream.
Well, it's probably best to try to visit them on our way out of Ironbroch.
Granted, that's not going to be for another day at least.
Well, another 3, and that would just be to start the 3-day journey, which is why I'm pretty sure that we're going to have to figure out Ironbroch first before heading that direction. Because regardless of what the druids are doing, unless they are working with Hemlock, which I don't believe they are, then we're gonna have to go deal with the most threatening thing first. For now, Malcolm, I'm sure you've heard of these, but maybe you should see if you can get a dream catcher.
Hang on, I had to look through my stuff. I thought that was one of the things that he got is at the start, but no, I went with something else. Dreamcatcher.
Yeah, supposedly they can help with this kind of thing, though granted, I'm sure that's because there's magic involved with it, but
Why haven't I heard of this before?
I guess magical parts of dreams have not been mentioned to you.
Why didn't you tell me?
I thought you knew.
No.
I haven't exactly heard of a dream catcher before either.
Well,
Neither have I, but
all right, so you're all just untraveled then.
Dante
No,
just
but
raises a brow.
Malcolm rolls out the door.
Oh,
okay, well, so much for explaining.
I think he took that literally.
Malcolm is going to the shop.
Okay. You well, you can't really roll right now since you're still shorn.
Oh, okay,
Oh,
it hasn't
yeah,
grown
he
back
is.
enough. Okay, he runs out.
Yeah. They do have a little shop. I believe one of you said you got poison resistant potion again.
Yeah,
Yeah, I think we all have them.
yeah. Malcolm purchased
I
another
didn't
one.
get one, but I think everyone else kind of
That's
did.
that's because you are poison
No,
resistant.
that's because you all purchased one before, but they only had 4, so you could not buy another one.
No, I don't think Dante ever purchased one.
Okay.
No, yeah, there would be one left.
All right. Yeah. Okay. Then yeah, you could have bought that.
Okay.
All right, but you do make your way to the store, and this gruffled Excadrill is kind of running it right now, and sees you walk in, and it's just this dirty old mining shop, where you just see various tools of the trade hanging on the walls, and he looks at you walk in.
I need a dream catcher.
Oh, what now?
Oh no! And he turns around and runs back out to the others. He's like, Proteus, they don't have dream catchers.
Yeah, I didn't think that they would.
Why didn't you tell me?
Because you just left me.
Ah!
what have I walked into?
Meet Malcolm. He's always been like this.
Hi,
Good to
Gordon.
know.
Oh, where are we gonna get one?
I would imagine perhaps
You
the
prob-
Textile District?
No, I feel like
I
the
was
best
just about
place.
to say.
Honestly, I feel like you'd have to just ask Anna to barter you for one. I don't think that they'd have it out there unless they do leatherworking over there.
But we don't leave until tomorrow.
Then, well, we're not going to be able to get one immediately.
But I need one.
Do these dreams happen nightly?
No. Usually I
That's
just eat grass.
Then it's possible you don't need one for another few days.
Worried sheep noises.
What do you guys wish to do from here?
I guess go mining for magnezite.
What we've got left here while we're still available for the next 2 days.
I get some
Okay.
of the loose stuff.
when you so you're just gonna go back to the mine, correct?
Mm-hmm.
All right. When you go back there, you see Beck there again. That's Laron. That was the kind of the foreman of the mine, and he notices you five, and he looks to you and says, "So you all made it out of there."
Yeah.
Hopefully, with the problem solved.
Well, mostly. I think that there's a few stragglers that might be hanging around down there.
What was it?
It was a dragon.
No, it was the murder.
The murderer trying to scare people off.
More than likely, the murder happened to have need of the mines and just wish to use subterfuge in order to scare off the other miners so they could have it all to themselves.
Who are you, by the way?
Just a wandering wordsmith. I'm nobody of too much importance.
Right. Well, should I call the authorities then to clear them out?
We figured we have to wait here another day, so we might as well go ahead and do that ourselves. We didn't leave too many behind, but there was one or two that we'll go looking for. If we can't find them, then, well, the authorities won't get here any faster than we will be returning anyway.
Oh, well, I was only told to let you go in there to solve whatever's going on in there. I mean, if you want to clear them out, I don't know. This was not what I was told by Cedric.
No, you were told to allow entrance into the mines to clear out the problem. Technically, you could argue that the remaining murder are still a problem, and therefore, by your very word, allowing us in to make sure none of the stragglers are there is within what your word was.
Well, pull back there a little. Because I was told to let these four in. I still don't know who you are, wordsmith.
He's our
Well,
new friend.
A friend that I was not told about.
well, if I'm not allowed in, I'm not allowed in. I have plenty of other activities I could make do with. Don't let me impede their trip into the mines.
Um, I'll tell you what, I'm gonna call the authorities. You can try and clear them out the best you can. But after that, I'm just gonna leave it in their hands.
That's more or less what we were going for.
Okay. And
Better to not let them get another foothold.
he seems to not be going. He's not going to let you in, Nicholas. He seems just these four.
Yeah, I figured. I figured as much, and that's.
Yeah.
I don't think I'd be much help mining, anyways.
Oh, you had the guy with 10 strength instead of 3 guys with 8 strength.
Fair enough.
Yeah, it's just don't spend too long in there. I can tell you aren't. You guys weren't born in the mines. As the
Yeah.
gate creaks open.
All right, we'll go in.
All right.
Yeah, we're probably gonna go back to where we were and try to get some more magnetite.
All right.
Maybe explore down the path we saw the other murder members go down that we weren't able to catch, just to see where they went.
All right. So, I want the three of you to roll a d6.
Five.
I'm typing in the wrong channel. Sorry. 2.
Darn, you ruined the 5 streak.
All right. You continue down the mine, the familiar trail that you explored the other day. You still see the no. Actually, I want every one of you to do a perception check.
The construct's still there.
Oh, 19. I did it.
Also 19.
Wait, actually, my proficiency one. No, that's next level. Still 18. Wow, Proteus actually. How?
You notice the corpses of the rust monsters you fell the other day are gone.
Huh. Remember you mentioned the things under the floor?
Well, here's the difference between us and those. Those were left the bodies.
That's true. Now they're just completely gone.
Somebody is either, well, storing them, using them, or released something else down here. It is possible that the murder and Hemlock weren't the only things down here.
There's also been the strange constructs. Do you think? I don't. That seems like it might be. It's the only thing I could think of with dead bodies like that. Albeit it's a bit grim.
Well, either way, if it's dangerous for us, it's probably more dangerous for the layer on, at least other than normal mining hazards.
In other words,
After all, they are made out of metal.
we might not want to run into it. It would probably be better in the long term for the miners.
Yeah, so I say we just continue to move forward and investigate for the murder. It'll either reveal itself to us or we will not find it.
Are there any marks where the bodies were, like, if they were dragged away, or it seemed like they just sort of got lifted?
Do an investigation or perception.
Investigation sucks, so perception it is.
Use your power.
I should have self guidance, but it's too late.
You can do it if you want.
4. Oh my gosh, it's only 11. Or 11. 13.
13.
You don't really notice anything. It's just, you see the signs of the battle that took place, of like where Proteus fell, and the various blast marks maybe Ira left behind, and the the hooves of Malcolm, but you don't see any indication of how the bodies were taken away.
Gotcha. Well, I'm not really any the wiser as to what happened. So,
All right. Or
we just keep moving.
Yep.
All right. Which way do you want to go? Do you want to... You could take the mine car back down to that lower level where all the magnesite is, or you could take the take kind of the pathway there, which had that cracked open rust monster.
let's just go straight for where the magnesite was.
All right, so
So
you
use
take...
the car again.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, you notice
We-
it somehow reset and like it came back almost by itself to almost using the magnesite to get back. It slowly kind of was pulled back. But yeah, you could use that to get back down there.
Wait, but how? We would have used it to get back up here, so we would have left it there.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, my bad. I realized you would have used it to get back. So never. But it seems to like reset by itself.
Yeah, all the same as like, ooh.
Yeah. All right. So yeah, you are back in the large cavern. You notice the bodies are all gone and the dragon is gone.
Time to dig.
I'm really concerned with all these bodies being gone, but now I'm just thinking more it's the murderer trying to hide evidence.
Yeah, to be fair, we know that their sorcerers can cast levitate, which is pretty useful for this kind of thing. It just lifts up and boom, no trail.
Especially instead of leaving a copy of a dragon here.
Okay. Malcolm's gonna start digging.
Well, not really digging, more like picking.
Yeah.
So this is going to almost take the whole day because you're not just going to get it out in an hour.
Yeah.
But we're going to do 3 checks. And if you succeed all of them, you get the magnesite. If you fail it, something bad is going to happen.
Ooh.
Gotcha.
So this is going to involve physical skills like strength and constitution.
Malcolm.
Yeah, so we
Get your
just
guidance ready.
pet the sheep and guidance pet the sheep and guide him.
All right. So if you're going to make Malcolm do it all right, this is my compromise. He can do it all if you want to. But if he can do the first one for free, but if he fails one, he's going to get exhaustion.
Oh. Anyone else have decent enough con? I have 13 con, but that's...
Remember that Florigata we left behind that is 14 con? Oh, yeah.
I was trying to think of a clever trick to go through, but considering he may or may not have broken in once already, it was probably best not to press his luck twice.
All right, here we go.
All right. So first is going to be an athletics check.
right.
Getting guidance on it.
$28.
Okay, you got that first check. All right, so you begin picking at this vein, and you've got to kind of you've got to kind of go around it, just getting rid of all the rock to get to it. And now, yeah, you're pretty much doing the same thing throughout this whole excursion or excavation. So, next will be a Constitution saving throw.
All right. 16.
Once again, no guidance.
No,
No
saving throw.
guidance doesn't work here.
It's
Oh.
a save.
Oh, it's a save. Excuse me.
That is going to be one fail.
Ooh.
Oh no.
All right. So you're gonna be -1 for everything now.
Okay.
All right. Next is going to be we're doing just a strength saving throw now.
Well, he has advantage on these. Well, if he rages.
He's actually not going to rage.
Really?
14.
That's one success and 2 fails.
All right, so 2 levels of fatigue.
Yes.
Ugh.
Okay.
Unless you swap out and get someone else to do it.
We all had -1s, but I mean, it's probably better at least if we at least try.
Or we could just abort.
I mean, how many rages do you have?
He's not going to rage.
Okay. I mean, surely if the 3 of us attempt it at once, we can be at least half as good as Malcolm.
I mean, if you guys want to try, go ahead.
Can we?
Well, there's only one failure left before something bad happens.
Oh.
Yeah, sure, let's just do it. -1 time, let's go.
Same check again. The
Honestly, guys, I think we should just abort and head out.
I'm doing the -1. I want this stuff.
It would be in athletics if you want to do it again.
I still have the fatigue if they try to do it again, right?
Yes, you would still have.
yeah, but
Okay.
you'd risk getting -3.
with
Yeah, but
something
I'm not
bad
trying
happening.
again. I honestly think we just need to back out, guys.
I mean, I don't want to show up with only Magnezite for one dude.
Okay, let's put this into perspective. Malcolm failed with a 16, you've got a -1.
Yeah, that's fair. Though there is the Malcolm guidance.
But that
I'm not-
was-
I am not feeling good about this, guys. I really think we need to back out.
That 16 was also a save, not a check.
I am still gonna say we need to back out, guys.
I have smithing tools. Would those help me here?
I would say they would give you advantage on just. Yeah, they would give you advantage on a check, but this is mainly strength and constitution still.
Yeah. I'm willing to go for that.
I'm not. Because, remember, something bad is going to happen. We don't know what it is. If it's combat, Malcolm's already -2 to everything.
I feel like you're blowing it out of proportion.
Alright, fine. Have it your way.
All right, well, let's see. 19.
19 does it. That's 2 successes.
Okay.
What? You made a check?
That was a check.
Which check was that?
That was the athletics.
Alright. And it'll be a con save for the last one. Or no, it was supposed to be a strength saving throw.
Oh, I thought you said athletics.
Yeah, the first one I had to do was athletics.
Yeah. This one was supposed to be a strength saving throw.
So I'd have... Well, it doesn't matter. It's the same for me both ways.
You can't put bless on that, though.
You'd
Or
lose the-
guidance.
you'd lose the,
I'd lose guidance, yeah, so it'd
you'd lose
be
the
16.
16. That would be a failure.
Okay.
Okay. Where are you guys? I'm going to say for the sake of this, Ira is not here.
where
You guys are... Oh, you guys are down here. Alright, I'm going to say... As you were hacking at the side of the mine here... you feel the ground start to rumble. It begins to get louder and louder beneath your feet. I want you all to roll initiative at disadvantage.
Oh, man, doing the new rules.
oh wow 17.
Just a sec. That would be... Okay. And so, with this moment of the ground shaking, Dante, it is your turn.
Okay. With the ground shaking now, I think Dante's gonna.
How are
take
you
the
seeing,
opportunity-
by the way?
Oh shoot. Down here.
I mean, I feel like you would have been using
I
the
probably
light.
would have been using
Yeah.
light at this point.
Yeah, I'll give you the mulligan if like you had a light up or something.
Because we weren't trying to be sneaky this
Yeah.
time or anything.
We were just going down here again. Yeah. So, ground shaking. Feel like the best option is actually going to be to move away from each other. Dante is going to go ahead and like it's distinctly getting closer.
Yes.
Dante's
Quick question: does my AC go down by 2 as well?
No.
Because I have the thing that. Okay.
It's
Not
just
your
your
stats, not
your
your-
checks. Just
Okay.
whenever you roll a d20, it goes down by 1.
Okay.
Dante's going to go here, and he's going to hold his action in case something pops out of the ground and just firebolt it.
All right. I'm gonna roll a d4 here. 3. It's gonna go after you, Dante.
Huh.
As from below your feet, you feel the ground just start, the tremors just building up more and more. As from below you burst this large insectoid creature.
Oh.
Just mandibles on on the front of it on its side, and you can see this liquid dripping from its mouth, and as it hits the ground, it like starts melting the stone below it. But it seems to be emerging to make a meal out of you.
Oh dear.
So it's going to make 2 raptorial claws at you.
Would I get my firebolt off?
Yeah,
Session?
you would get it off as it, but it would be at disadvantage since it's right in front of you.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm so glad we get to fight this guy.
Background. Oh wow. Well, I might hit it because that's going to be a 19.
That will hit it.
Seven damage. 2 right to the face.
All right. The as you just kind of like as it emerges from you, just kind of like slap cast the firebolt right in its face as it growls and goes in for the claws.
Okay.
All right. Here comes the claws. Claw number 1 is going to be a 21.
Hey, I think I'm just going to be safe and shield. I don't want to risk whatever this thing might do to me.
All right. So as you go in for the shield, it you could see it was trying to grab you in the mandible, but it managed to you managed to avoid it. But it still has another claw attack it can do.
Okay.
Getting a nat 20.
Oh my gosh.
So that is going to be that's going to be 20 points of slashing damage, and it is now grappling you.
Ow.
As it holds you high, drawing it towards its mouth where you could see the acid bubbling at its mouth.
Ugh.
Okay, that is its turn. You are currently grappled. We will now go to Proteus.
All right. Well, good news. Oh, hold on. I think I got something for this now. Yeah, interesting. This'll probably be better long term, I think, to give him 2 targets, but first of all, we'll do the fun thing second. Main action, we're going to do the Vex and Nyx special, and I'm going to be using the Venom Punisher.
Okay, wait. Okay. Tell me when you're hitting it.
Yeah, so which one has Vex? The Venom Punisher has it, so I will have to hit with it first.
Okay, it's
23.
You will not get the benefits of the weapon.
Okay.
It's acid, not poison.
It is acidic. All right. Well, Dante's nearby, so I get sneak attack, correct?
Yeah, you still hit it though.
Okay, so I can get 3, 2, 1, which is 9.
Okay.
And then we come in with the offhand for a 10, which will probably miss.
10 will wait. Yeah, 10 will miss it.
Okay, well, he's vexed, so that's the good news. But now I'm going to use my bonus action to shove Dante.
You'd have to get here.
I don't have to. It's
Oh, right.
telekinetic.
You got that. Yeah, that's correct. Okay.
Huh.
So what I'm gonna do for this is I'm going to make you have a contest with this thing. Or no, you just have to beat its strength score.
However it works.
Yeah,
Normally, the way
it's
this works
basically.
with mine is it's a DC on my end.
Oh, it's a DC on your end. Okay, yeah, all right. Then yeah, I guess he could succumb to it and you could shove him out.
Yeah. Do you want to be pulled away?
Yeah.
All
Please.
right. You are pushed 5 feet away. So I guess in that case it'd just be out of his claws.
Yeah.
Wait.
As you see it like lunge towards where Dante was, it just all this acid just starts bubbling out. All right. Anything else?
That's my action and my bonus action. I don't think I want to risk an oppie, so that's it.
All right, Malcolm.
5, 10, 15, 20, and he's going to use his pike.
All right, you're gonna throw it.
No, he's going to attack with it. It's got
Oh,
range.
right. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Sure. You could poke him.
19.
19 hits it.
All right. Hang on. First time using a pike. Gotta check. I think it's a D10. Yes. D10 piercing. Plus...
Doesn't affect your damage dice.
5 plus 2. Okay, plus 7. 17 piercing damage,
Jeez.
and it's shoved 10 feet, and so it's like, whoops. 5 more.
Oh my gosh, he did so much damage.
You minus 2 from the D20, right?
Yes.
All right. Okay. Yeah. You just thrust this abomination forward, giving this devastating blow where you just see all this horrible liquid leaking from the wound as it shrieks out in this insectoid growl. All right. Top of the round with Dante.
Okay. I don't know if the healing's even worth going for, because if I get hit again, I'm not gonna be able to. It's better safe than sorry. So I'm going to first off Sacred Flame this thing.
Okay.
So deck save.
Failed.
Okay. Nice. Except I didn't do that great. Don't let you damage. The sort of just gets licked by these black flames.
How much?
Only 2. Radiant.
Boom, boom. All right. This is the
And
black flames engulf it.
I will go ahead and just be safe. I'm gonna use Healing Word on myself.
Okay.
That hurt.
All right. You're just gonna stay there?
No.
Okay.
No, I am not. I don't want to necessarily. Well, I'll be there.
Okay. It's going to skitter right there.
Oh.
I guess it can occupy there. Yeah. And you see the substance at its mouth begin to bubble and pop as it hurls back its throat and splashes a large line of it. So I need Dante and Proteus to both give me dexterity saving throws.
Let's see.
I was more concerned about it grabbing.
Harsher has failed
Just
me.
thinking. You got a
20.
20, I got a 19.
All right. So you are going. Is it half? Yeah. Let's just roll it. You are going to take a total of 4 acid damage. And that is its turn. We go to Proteus next.
Okay. Well, he's doing fun shenanigans, isn't he? But I have advantage now, so I don't need anyone next to me. I'm still going to use the Venom Punisher just because it's a +1 weapon. Which is nice in these situations. Oh wait, that was roll number 1. I have 2 of these. 17.
17 hits it.
Alright. 15 damage to him on the first attack, and then the scimitar comes through with a 22 to hit,
That'll also hit.
which also does 4 more damage, so 19 in total.
All right.
4, 4, 4, 4, 4.
Another 4.
All right.
All right.
I think. Do we want to stay close together, or do we want to spread out?
I'm gonna push it.
All right. I'll give Malcolm room to push him.
All right.
Oh,
No,
wait, I
that's
should
fine.
roll.
You don't need to move.
Okay.
So you may want to go right there.
Right where? Okay, I will go there then and follow the sheep's plan. I have to see if I got a crit on the second hit. I did not,
Okay.
because I forgot to add Vex to the second one.
It's Malcolm's turn.
Do it again.
19.
That'll hit.
15 piercing damage,
Oh, Nelly.
and it's pushed 10 feet.
Nice. It shrieks out in pain again as you push it. And I would like all of you to, you 3, to roll another d6 for me.
1.
Oh no.
1, huh?
No, no. It's 2 ones.
No, that's a good thing. We're safe.
Are
Okay.
we?
You sense the ground rumbling below you over there now. Both Proteus and Dante.
Oh no, there's a second one.
Oh, they have friends.
I suggest we run.
I'm inclined to agree.
I suggest we kill this one as we run, because they can burrow.
It looks pretty bloodied, by the way.
And so, right, we're at the top of the round again, right?
Yeah, so Dante.
Okay. Yeah, I think I'm gonna start running, but yeah, okay. So I'll just go ahead and move 30 feet, and I will firebolt it.
All right, make an attack roll.
Bring on. Yes. 21.
That'll hit it.
For 6 damage.
All right, yeah,
Oh, it's still up. Okay.
it's still up.
I suggest we run. And, pass turn.
All right, so from below the ground, Dante.
Oh no.
Yeah, I was like, I'm pretty sure he walked towards the.
And in front of you,
I thought I heard
Proteus.
it was below us, not behind.
Oh, it's using its movement to get over here. And one in front of Proteus as well.
They're multiplying.
You guys are both going to take some attacks. Multi-attack. These ones are going to... both attack. First for Dante, some more Raptorial Claws. Or actually, no, this one's a little more fun. It's going to use Mandible Claw, or Mandible Crush on you, as it tries to latch onto your leg, Dante.
Oh no.
Missing.
No.
The other one is going to do the same to you, Proteus. It missed Dante. Oh, wait, it has advantage. Wait, so let's redo that one for Dante. Still getting miserable. Wow, I got like single digits on both. I'm guessing a 12 does not hit you, Proteus. Am I correct?
Yeah.
Okay, they were going for your legs but missed. The adult one, it's gonna use its claw on Proteus. It's still dying pretty much, but it's gonna try and attack you, Proteus. Not with advantage. I'm gonna use this die. That's gonna be a definite hit there. That's going to be a 22.
Yep. That will hit.
All right. So that's going to be 19 points of bludgeoning damage, and as it grabs your leg, it breaks your leg. And your movement speed is reduced by 10.
Oh.
All right, that's all it can do. Proteus, you're not grappled or anything. It's just your leg is broken.
Yeah.
You probably howl out in pain.
All right. Buster. Well, I know they don't need to see, which is annoying. But yeah, I'm gonna try to finish the big man off.
Okay. He's pretty close to death, so.
Yeah. I have a suspicion on how this is going to end, but also I can't really move away from him. Nat 20.
All right. Yeah, you dispatch him after he broke your leg.
Don't forget, we need to scan that, guys.
That's assuming that we stay.
And not just. I mean, Proteus is currently got a broken leg that needs dealing with.
I can still move.
Scanning doesn't take an hour, guys. Anyway,
Yeah, you unless you want to roll all the d6, you dispatch it.
Well, that didn't have sneak attack on it.
Even without sneak attack.
Yeah. Unfortunately, this means that I won't get sneak attack on the other guy, but is that how light property works? You just get to swing at another guy if the first one dies.
For what?
I
Is
think
that how is Nick just give you another attack, or does it have to be on the same dude?
it has to be on the same one.
Okay, well,
You'd
He
need
gets
the
more
cleave
stabbings.
to do that.
all right. Well, that's unfortunate. Then I will use bonus action to push my problems towards Malcolm.
All right, it needs to make a save.
Yeah,
All right, what's it
it
need?
needs to make a uh, do strength save.
14.
I believe that is a fail. Yeah, he fails.
So it gets pushed 10.
Just 5.
All right, yeah, it's there now. So you
All right,
shoved
and
it away.
then we move.
Okay. Malcolm, it's your turn. I'm gonna roll
Pike.
on the crawler.
Yep.
If you push him out of your range, he can come and get me.
Sounds like a you problem. I mean, Dante's up there and he needs help too.
Yeah.
He's also got far fewer HP than you, I think.
I've got 13. I think he's lower than me.
I have
Okay.
4.
Oh, okay. In that case, I'm not going to use the pike. I'm going to use the maul.
Okay.
Move to right here. $22, and
20.
it needs to make a con save.
How well is its con? It's a straight d20. 14.
That probably meets.
Okay.
Hang on. Yeah, save is 13, so it's fine.
All right. How much damage?
15.
All right. It is wounded after that. As you crush. What weapon are you using?
The maul.
Oh yeah. As you crush it.
That's what the con save was for.
I'll let you do an either a perception or no, I'll let you do a nature check with what you were trying to attempt there.
Are they cockroaches?
14.
You have a feeling it was desperately trying to stop you from knocking it prone.
Interesting.
Like naturally a creature would do that, but these things it was like fight or flight trying to stay on its legs.
Good to know.
All right. Back to the. Oh, are you doing anything else?
Nope.
All right, back to the top of the round with Dante.
You can grapple him, suplex the bar.
Gosh, I mean, you just set the DC again, though, with the grapple, right?
Yeah.
I feel like I'm better off trying to do something like inflict wounds. It's just 2d20 right now. So, yeah, I'll just do inflict wounds and have it do a con save.
All right. 4.
Okay, nice. It failed. For 11 damage total. Necrotic.
All right. Is the radiant spirits hit it 11?
And then I'll just go ahead and also try to punch it after.
All right.
That's a nat 20.
Yep.
He's dead.
Maybe. Do what?
Maybe. It's a d6.
That's not gonna kill it.
That's 9 minimum damage from Dante, I believe.
Yeah, it's d6 plus 9.
9 would not kill it.
I got 12.
All right, still up. It is very wounded though.
Oh no.
Dang.
Maybe you popped him up in the air with your inflict wounds and punched him under the armor.
I don't want to risk an oppie. I'll stay where I am.
All right. Are any of you bloodied?
Yes. Very much.
How are you doing?
I'm also... Well, I'm wounded, not bloodied.
Malcolm is fresh.
Uh-oh.
It's going to disengage you, Malcolm, and go underneath the ground.
All right.
Meanwhile, this one is going to do what it did to... Actually, it's going to go in for the claws, Dante. It's going to try and grapple you. So it gets multi-attack with the claws. So claw number 1. I think that's going to miss. You're just getting so lucky here. That's only going to be a 9.
Yep.
Second claw. Nat 1. It's not hitting you.
Wow.
Yeah, okay. Then we are going to go to Proteus.
All right. Are you intending to go after this guy on your turn, Malcolm? Because I feel like Dante can punch his lights out.
No, Malcolm's going to try to defend Proteus.
Okay, so I have an idea for how this can work then. I'm gonna move over to Malcolm, assuming that doesn't go bad.
Okay.
Wait, I can only get to there.
Got to
And I'm-
bonus action.
Yeah, actually, yeah, I'll just use my bonus action to... Well, it can't see me, can it?
Probably got tremor sense.
Yeah, but I'm like, can I hide? Is that possible?
Are you standing on the ground?
All right, fair enough. I didn't know if like you had to be moving for tremor sense to kick off.
It just...
In that case, I'll just boost to Malcolm, and I'm going to hold my action to cast Cause Fear when it rears its head.
Okay. Gotcha. Malcolm.
Malcolm's going to ready his action with the pike to attack it if it comes up near Proteus. Well, anywhere with it. Sorry, excuse me. Anywhere within his range.
All right. Dante, back to the top of the round with you. Actually, everyone roll a d6 again.
There's more.
5, 2, 1.
Okay. Yeah, Dante, it's your turn.
Okay, I think we're just gonna try to finish this thing off, so quarterstaff and punch. Quarterstaff. 320.
That'll hit. You could probably get it. Yeah, that's just enough.
7, yep.
That knocks
Nice.
it out.
Okay. And I will then... there's still one left. I'm going to group back up with the other two. action, so I can't do that. Dude, okay. Yeah, I don't want to use healing words right now.
All right. It will be their turn. So this first one is going to pop out of the ground. It's the familiar one.
All right.
But the two things go off first. Proteus is first, and then Malcolm's.
Yeah, so he just makes a wisdom saving throw.
How good is he at that? Not very. But got a nat 20.
Wow. Well, nothing I can do about that.
But then Malcolm's attack goes off.
Yeah.
21.
21 hits it.
8 piercing damage, and it's shoved 10 feet.
Huh, interesting. 8. And it would be shoved, but it's just going to walk right back. Wait, would it have enough to do that? Just a sec.
Yeah, I was hoping that you'd push it back and he'd be too scared to come back.
Let me see its movement. Is it only 30? Yeah, I can just walk back.
Good.
It does not get surprised now because you pushed it. So it's not going to attack you with advantage anymore.
That's good.
All right, but it's still going for Proteus. Getting a 2 to hit. Well, a 2 on the dice, which is not going to hit. But then, another one of these guys shows up from the other side. And it's going to go for Proteus. Oh, it's already hitting. I got a 19 on the dice.
Shield.
Well, a 19 on the dice. It will be 22.
On the dice. Rip.
Yeah. Yeah. So this is going to go in for another mandible crush. Since this is the smaller guy, you take less. So you're going to only take 8 damage, 8 bludgeoning. You good still?
No.
He only had 4.
Okay. And do a con save as well.
Constitution save. 15.
All right. It tried to break your other leg, but it failed to do so. Still knocked you down. All right. We go to Proteus. Do a death saving throw.
That's a pass.
All right. Malcolm. Yeah, Malcolm.
Okay. Gonna try to hit the 23 guy.
All right. Make an attack roll.
Hang on, determining. Actually, I'm gonna go for the fresh guy, and I'm going to do it with my maul,
Okay.
and I'm gonna attack recklessly.
All right. Are you raging?
No.
Okay.
That's a +5, so 17.
17 hits it.
All right, make the con save.
These guys are... Right, just a d20.
That's 12 bludgeoning damage.
Okay,
Aw.
12 bludgeoning damage. All right.
I tried.
We'll get him next time.
It's fine. It's fine.
All right. Everyone roll a d6 for me.
5.
6.
Ooh.
Okay. Then we're gonna go to Dante.
Okay. Yeah, I'm going to upcast Cure Wounds to 2nd level on Proteus.
All right.
which is just automatic max because he's down.
All right.
So that is going to be 28 HP.
All right. So yeah,
Alright.
as you let out the healing magic, you also feel, as well as coming back to consciousness, Proteus, your bones mend back together and your speed is fixed.
Oh,
Sorry, I didn't do anything earlier. I wanted the magic to be more potent, but
Well, to be fair, that's how much HP I have at top, so...
and I'll just go ahead and punch the 23 guy.
All right.
And probably miss because it's 13.
Yes, you do miss.
Okay.
Or you just don't get through its hard shell. All right. Their turn. This one is going to see you as the viable bloody target, Dante, and it's going to attack you with the claws. Miss. Oh my god, miss. And I'm gonna roll a d4 to see who it goes for between. Actually, it's just gonna throw a claw each of your way, Proteus and Malcolm. Proteus first. Gonna miss. But that might hit Malcolm. That's an 18.
Yeah, that hits Malcolm.
All right. So you are going to take. Where's my d6? A total of 6 points of slashing damage, and you have to do a strength saving throw.
Hang on, I'm thinking here. 47. Strength save.
Yeah.
Eight.
You are grappled as
Okay.
you see the bubbling acid as it draws you towards its mouth. All right, Proteus.
Alright, do you want me to get Malcolm out?
Sure.
Alright. I will get Malcolm out of the grapple by pushing him.
Okay. We.
Actually, wait, before I do that, I want to whack this guy.
Okay, sure.
just to sneak attack. This is what I want. He's distracted. Let's see, that should be a plus 24 to hit.
That'll hit.
Alright. 11 piercing damage to him.
All right, he's not down yet, but that was a grievous wound.
Alright. And then Nick is coming his way with a nat 20.
Well, that'll hit.
Alright, 7 damage. So 18 altogether.
That dispatches it.
Okay, cool. I don't need to push.
Huh.
Yeah. I'm going to... I mean, I guess... Yeah. There's not really much I can do in this situation, because if he hits Dante, we lose him, so... Oh, wait. I can move over here and push him away from Dante. So he'll have to make a strength save.
All right.
Actually, really, technically speaking, I don't have to be over here to do that, but it's more fun to have a line.
10.
All right, he's pushed.
All right. Malcolm.
All right, here comes the pike.
All right. Here comes the
I
bite.
love this new shove to shove combo.
Only 13.
That misses.
Oh
Okay.
no.
Dante.
No, everyone roll a d6 for me.
Oh, okay.
4 of them.
4.
6.
Waiting. 4.
All right. This is how you run Ankegs, by the way, people in the audience. Okay. Top of the round with Dante.
Where they have a relentless amount of backup.
Yes.
Ugh. Okay, it's basically on its last legs. You know what? Let's just Sacred Flame it.
All right.
Or wait, no, not Sacred Flame. Toll the Dead.
All right. What's the save for that? It's
Whiz.
All right. Oh, 2 turns to a 1.
Okay, well, that is definitely a fail. Probably gonna drop from this as a D12. 8.
Yeah, that's enough to dispatch it. And just for the road, as the last round ends, everyone roll a d6.
Another
There
one.
it is.
You hear the ground rumbling below you, Rodius.
How many are there?
Let's just use this round to scan the thing.
And then just run, or
And then kill it and then run.
I guess.
You have to... What will make them go away, I'll tell you this now, is you have to dispatch them and just get no ones.
Okay.
But, yeah.
Yeah, I kind of figured, but I don't. Well, I mean, we're almost 2 hours in. We could re-roll the d6, but that's up to you.
I don't really want to use it on that.
Okay. We'll take on the bugs. Just call us the exterminators.
Alright, so Dante, it would be your turn.
So we're just gonna scan then, guys. Yeah.
No, we just gotta punch it out.
Well, then,
They're gonna show up, and we're gonna make
We're gonna
one of
have to
them
keep
die.
rolling. We're gonna have to keep rolling these d6s anyway, so may as well just keep punching them when they show up.
If they're all dead, and you roll a d6s and you get no ones, they're gone. They won't show up.
So let's just beat up this last one, hopefully, and not roll another one.
in other words, I'm holding my action.
They're cockroaches, so... Alright, yeah, and it's going to pop up and attack, 2, so I'll say that's you. But you got already an action on it.
Yep. Staff. 18.
18 will hit it.
D8, D8, D8.
10 damage.
Alright. It's gonna go in with, it's gonna try and, mandible bite you while it has advantage. Oh, I'm just getting single digits every single time for you. So it misses. Alright, Proteus.
Alright, well. I wish we had some salt right now.
What?
15.
15 does hit it.
Alright. 14 damage to him.
That brings him to 24.
Alright. Here we go with the second swing. With a 22 to hit.
22 hits. You know it's HP
Alright.
at this point, so can you get it? You got
6.
it. You got...
He's dead. Take him out back with the others.
Malcolm, I'll let you take your turn to like maybe ready an action or something. But
Okay, yeah. He's readying to poke anything that gets within his range.
all right, and everyone roll a d6. 3, 6, 3.
Okay.
And 3.
Yeah. The cave goes silent.
All right, now let's go scan the young keg.
All right. The big guy.
The big boy.
All right. That'll be an adult Ankeg. It is CR4.
All right.
Are we getting 4 scans out of this because Ira or just 3?
I will only let you have 3.
Gotcha.
Okay.
Ask.
They are large. He's large, not huge.
He is large, yes.
Bolt.
Large monstrosity.
We could make a potion of growth out of him. You want to do that?
Sure, what do we gather?
Essence, fluid, and organ.
All right.
Which CR is this?
It's CR4.
He's CR4.
Yeah.
Those.
Essence.
Essence, fluid, organ.
All right.
Essence, fluid, organ.
All right. Yeah, the cave goes silent again. So you have 2 options here. You could try, the counter is reset. You could try and mine again. The DC is 18 for all these checks.
No. No.
But
At that point, no.
all right, so you're just getting out of there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Cannot reliably make any of those checks.
All right. What do you think you've been doing this whole time, Nicholas?
Well, I actually gave that some thought because I had plenty of time due to endless bugs.
Mm-hmm.
There's a local tavern, right?
It's more of like this little mining outpost, but there is a tavern here. Like there's it's not much of a town or a city. It's just this little like outpost for the miners. But yeah, there is a place.
Okay, well, yeah. Basically, Nicholas is going to go there, ask if they want a free performance, do a bit of a performance there, and maybe ask a bit more information about like the history of these mines, if it connects to any other towns and things like that.
All right,
Sort of while he's doing that.
do a performance at advantage. I'm assuming you're using your instruments for this, right?
Correct.
Okay. Yeah. So a performance at advantage.
All right. It's like D20 K1. Believe 25.
All right. Yeah. So, what are you playing? What's it sound like?
He's probably playing his lute, and he's trying to go for like this cheery, upbeat sort of mining tune, like sort of the drill, sort of like Drillbur coal mines if it was played on the lute.
All right. So, yeah, you it said that you maybe like start strumming to yourself for a while, but you notice like some people gathering and start there's merriment around the tavern as it kind of picks up. It's like this crescendo of just people heads bobbing over like meerkats noticing you're playing, as like the cheering and the clanks start, and even some people start dancing, maybe drunkily. But yeah, I'm gonna say roll 2d6 for me.
All right. Eight.
You are gonna get a total of 40 gold out of this.
Ooh, neat.
Throwing the gold in your hat. And what are you asking around? As you're done, they maybe like even buy you a drink and begin talking to you. What did you specifically want to know about?
The history of the mines and if they connect to any other towns or any other areas nearby.
There's you notice mostly like Aeron and Laron here, and as you talk to one of them, this Aaron named Mitch that just kind of caught your attention. It's saying, "What are you doing here? You're obviously from out of town. What you doing up here?"
Oh, nothing much. I was on the scent of I was on the scent of, some of these incidents going around Ironforge, just as part of my own independent research. And I was curious. According to the group of heroes from Ironforge, they had an encounter with the murderer in the mine, so I figured if I could give them some extra information, it might help them with their heroism and stuff like that. Doing my part to help these places in these hard times.
You mean Ironbroch, right?
Yeah, sorry, Ironbroch. If I ever say Ironforge instead of Ironbroch, blame Lucius. But yeah, no, I mean Ironbroch.
He says, well, these are the magnesite mines. We ship it to we ship it over to Lumhalsen. They've the ancient kingdom that used to be here. We believe they actually used the magnesite to operate various land vehicles. And that's what they're doing. That's what I hear they're doing over in Lumhalsen with it. They're trying to fix the airships because you see when the magnesite is cold, which it's getting a lot colder lately, it actually can float. And so you see the idea here, right?
Yeah, I get the picture pretty well.
Yeah. And I hear they want to get that up and running again. Talia has a big hand in the airship industry. But lately, well, the flames aren't as bright as they used to be, if you know what I mean. But it seems like the geniuses over in Lumhalsen are trying to find a solution for that. She's probably not too pleased about that.
I see. And do these mines here, the magnesite mines, do you guys know if they go near any other towns or have any connections to any other caves?
Well, the kingdom of Faramore, which is the steel one, it was mainly underground. You see, so they had there's all sorts of tunnels underneath the earth, just leading to all sorts of places. So it wouldn't surprise me if there were some tunnels that led to other places in the world. We haven't. We've run into a few, yes, but they seem to be mostly locally. But we've tried to close them off so people don't get into the magnesite mines and take it because we're contractually obligated to send it to Lumhalsen.
Yeah, understandable. Well, thank you for your time. That's quite a lot of neat information.
Yeah, no problem. We need some more. We need some more merriment around lately. Those, you know what they're saying. There's like ghosts inside the mine. I don't believe that. There's got to be a logical explanation for it.
I'm sure those heroes have found some form of logical explanation or another.
Oh yeah, they went in there. Yeah. Well, I hope they find it one way or another.
Yeah.
And you sit around the tavern for most of the day, maybe listening to these miners just kind of they don't really give very useful information. They just mainly tell you what it's been like working here lately and how they kind of want Ironbroch materials to stay in Ironbroch, but they're kind of forced to ship it off. Do get a bit of coin for it, but they would rather use this resource for its for themselves rather than just send it to Loomhalsen. But later in the day, three figures emerge from the mine. And would you probably go to the tavern?
I imagine, yeah.
No, these guys.
Probably to find Nicholas, yeah.
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 And yeah, you see them. The spirits seem to be up here in more ways than one. It's just a little more lively here, and you see Nicholas chatting with some of these miners. What do you do from here?
Guys, I'm tired.
Long day, hasn't it? Yes.
I need a dream catcher.
Well, Malcolm, we'll have to see if there's any back in Ironbroch.
Well, the other thing is dream catchers may not work the way we hope they do.
What?
I've only heard what they're said to do. That doesn't mean they'll do it. At least without magic.
Malcolm looks very distressed.
Hey, it's worth a shot, isn't it, Isn't it, little buddy?
Yeah.
Guess we'll probably head back to the inn.
Okay. And
Or is now no wait, Mark when they catch the train.
yeah,
Okay.
at night. All right.
Okay, tomorrow night.
Are you going to just go back to the inn and talk, or are you going to just go to sleep?
Probably as we go in and as if Proteus puts up the ward, Nicholas will probably tell them that the murderer is potentially using a bunch of unused paths from Farum to sort of get around the mines in the area. He didn't give any conclusive information on what they used, but that's probably how they're getting in and out without anyone around seeing them. But that's probably about it.
I bet it's
Yeah.
something to do with the other track we saw. Probably a lot more of those.
Yeah, they cleaned up after themselves pretty well. I guess we probably would have told Beck that that the murder seemed to have like removed like corpses of bugs down there.
We also just mentioned in general that we ran into even bigger bugs.
Yeah, that too.
That tried to
Yeah.
eat us.
We killed some of the big bugs.
Acidic ones.
Huh. Sure is eventful with you guys around.
There are smaller bugs that eat metal that probably ate the tools, and then there's bigger bugs that eat those smaller bugs. Then we killed all of them, and they seem to have unlimited numbers.
Yeah, if it weren't for the fact that there's a strong liability to get lost, it might be prudent for you guys as the great heroes to warn the authorities to keep an eye on connecting paths just in case. Possible the murder might attempt something again around here.
Well, they undoubtedly will, as long as they are contracted until we can clear them out. Although perhaps they are as innumerable as the bugs.
That's certainly possible, but the way I see it, once you tear off the head, the rest will scatter.
That doesn't seem to be how it worked with the bugs.
A lot of them.
Uh, you know, I think at this point in time you guys need rest. Probably pack it in for the night.
It's been a long day, yes.
Okay. You're gonna long rest again.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Malcolm, roll a d6 for me.
Oh
Oh
no!
no.
Three.
Okay. You you don't have a pleasant sleep, but you aren't haunted by nightmares this time.
Okay.
And you can remove one exhaustion. All right. You all get the benefits of a long rest. What do you do when you wake up in the morning in Red River at the inn?
I guess Proteus will more or less maybe Malcolm wakes up later and Proteus will just kind of mention, come to think of it, Malcolm didn't do the things he normally does while we were down there.
Yeah, it told me I couldn't control it, so I didn't do it.
So you were active. But you still sort of previously controlled when you use these powers.
But it said,
Listen,
Yeah.
I
kid.
don't want to destroy you guys.
Listen, kid. Word of advice: don't always believe don't always believe everything you hear. Some people have alternative motivations for telling you things, and they may not always be in your best interest.
It could also just be subconscious talking when you're asleep.
If you're really worried about it, Malcolm, we can talk to Estelle and see if she can think of any possible ways to help you control it. But so far, you've seemed to be mostly in control of it.
I'm scared.
Well, to be fair, I think everyone is scared of something.
Yeah, I haven't. From my experience with magic, it always follows a set of rules and expectations. You could sort of boil it down to a bit of a science where generally an action leads to another action. So basically, how do I explain it? Basically, the more you learn about it, the more you'll be able to figure out what you can do. But if you just suppress it all, then it might come up at the worst time. You might learn something bad at the worst time. Just don't suppress what you can do. All right. I don't think
Okay.
it'll help.
Well, that's his choice to make if he feels it's safer to suppress it. But again, Malcolm, explore your options and remember that practice does help with control.
Okay.
Because I feel like the only other option would be, well, to try to get rid of the crystal that you ate.
I don't think I can throw it up.
Well, again, it's up to you if you want to attempt anything like that, but that's more to Estelle. But for now, again, try to practice to. You know how grass grows, right?
Yeah.
You plant seeds. Do grass seeds make apples?
No.
Exactly. Practice is just like putting in the right seeds. So figure out what your different things can do and how they work. And it'll grow like grass.
I'll try.
That was a surprisingly thought out explanation for him. Press Proteus.
Malcolm, roll a d6.
Oh my god!
It's a one-eye blow up. It would be hilarious.
One.
Oh my gosh!
You get 1 luck point. And
Oh wow.
Proteus,
Oh,
for
okay.
that grass metaphor, you can roll 1 too.
Okay.
Yeah, you get 4.
4.
Actually, I'll have it even out, or you just both get 4.
Oh okay.
Yeah. All right.
I was fully expecting him to just
Malcolm to
explode.
explode.
Just were to hit me with like the ball or something.
All right. All right. Yeah. Well, after that insightful conversation, you are in the morning. The lightning rail will leave. It goes in the evening, and it'll bring you back to Ironbroch in the morning.
Okay.
Right.
What do you want to do between then, or are you just gonna sit tight and wait?
I don't know
I
if we
think-
already told Beck the things that we wanted to tell him or not. I think we did.
What did you tell him? Just give me a bullet point list of what you told him.
We'd
More-
probably tell him that, the murder wasn't there when we went down. They probably have escape tunnels and that there are bugs down there that eat metal, and then there are bigger bugs down there that eat the bugs that eat the metal, and probably also other things because they tried to eat us.
Yeah.
Yeah, just the acid spitting bugs.
Well, that sounds like an infestation.
Yeah,
There were quite a lot of them.
we dispatched quite a few of them, but to be honest, yeah, they definitely seem somewhat innumerable.
Hungry.
Well, I think we have to close the mine for the time being. Oh, they're not going to like this. But we need to clear those things out if there's that many of them, too.
Yeah, I think that's safest. Again, I wish we could have done more, but I think we killed about half a dozen of them or more of varying sizes, and it didn't seem to really dent their vigor or their number.
You say there was bugs eating the metal.
Yeah, not the pheromone stuff, but our stuff.
So that's the source of the ghost stories then, huh?
I believe so.
Strange. So the murder has control over these bugs.
Not exactly. I think they more or
Well,
less just know to cage them up and release them on their enemies so long as they have metal on them.
Well, we saw
All
them
the
on the
ones we've
train.
seen working with them never had any metal on them.
Oh, yeah, that is true.
Hmm. And what
Yes,
I'm
the biggest example I can think of was the train right here. The one that ate the very front.
Console.
what I
Hmm.
think is maybe they sent in the bigger bugs to hide the fact they were using the metal-eaten ones.
That's a possibility. Because, again, they cleaned house pretty effectively. There wasn't anything left over. They
What?
left some bits of magnesite before. They definitely went back and recollected that.
Yeah, I have no doubt that's what they were doing down there. Though, that begs the question of where they're really hiding. You obviously flushed them out. Where did they go? They've got to have somewhere where they're concocting these little schemes of theirs.
Can I get a map of the mountain?
We don't have any, because it's always changing. We're always finding new tunnels, right? Uh, we don't have a we don't have a current one of the exterior of the mountain. I can help you there, but not with
Yeah.
all the mines and tunnels. Like we're still finding some. It's that interconnected.
Yeah, I'm trying to find entrance and exit points from the mountain that might be useful to them. They'd have to have somewhere to resupply from a town.
Well, they're definitely in Ironbroch, because that's where it's like an infestation, right? You find where they're all coalescing and congregating. You just hit that point and stop them. So, if I were a betting mon, I'd say they're in Ironbroch somewhere, but I don't know where. They have to be hiding in plain sight.
Yeah, well, they might be doing that. They have done it before.
And I know a little about those birds, and usually they announce crimes before they commit them. But here in Ironbroch, they're just pulling these out of the blue. Some say Talia and Cedric are involved in hiring them. Don't catch me spreading rumors like that. That's just what I hear.
Well, I doubt it would have been both of them. That wouldn't make any sense. But well,
There's already reason for them to sort of be blaming each other given the other circumstances. So,
we'll figure it out one way or another.
Uh, I thank you kindly for getting to the bottom of it. In any case, we'll be careful in there. For now, the mine's we're gonna close it off so we can get someone to exterminate those little pests.
Yeah. Well, until then, best of endeavors.
You too. Right. You find yourself back in Red River proper. They seem to be pulling out everyone even close to the mine, and you see them kind of begin the process of closing it up.
That ain't gonna be good for
Mhm.
business, but it's better than letting the murderer wander around there for the time being.
Yeah. Can we get a grappling hook or manacles while we're here?
Yeah, you can definitely buy those things.
Okay. Let's see. How much do they cost? Is what I don't know. 2 gold for a grappling hook.
Yep. And manacles are not that much more.
Manacles. Do you want to get a net, Dante? I think it lets you like restrain people from a distance or something like that.
It's 2 GP
Um,
for manacles.
Okay.
The exact ruling and then net again.
I remember they changed them to be better. The reason I want to do it here is I feel like us going to Ironbroch and immediately buying shackles and stuff might not look so good.
I can't find the information in the updated net, so
When you take the attack action, you can place one of your attacks with throwing a net within 15 feet of yourself. They must succeed a saving throw, which is DC 8 plus your dex plus your proficiency, or they will have the restrained condition. The target automatically succeeds if it's huge or larger.
interesting. So just range instead of making a disadvantage. You guys think it'd be good just having a net in case?
Yeah, restrained is a pretty good condition.
I mean, you could get use of it too, since you're gonna have similar decks to me.
Yeah, I mean we could well, if you have it, you can like set up a punch with it, kind of a thing.
Yeah.
If I
Yeah.
use it, I can't.
So it's like
Right.
it's not even an attack anymore. It's not a weapon. It's just an item you use.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That automatically makes it all better.
Sure, why not? Let's get one.
All right. Will be 1 GP for that. And it's based on your deck, so you probably want it on Proteus.
I think
Well,
Proteus and I have the same decks right now.
everyone has 16 decks, I think,
Okay, so you can
except
all...
for Malcolm. He has
Yeah.
14 decks.
12, 13.
Plus one.
All right. Yeah, there we go.
All right. Anything else you wish to do?
Nope. Those are all the things on my shopping list.
All right. So as you kind of while away the day, you hear the late into the evening. You hear the clicking and clanking of the lightning rail coming back around the mountain. And with your tickets in hand, you have the car again to yourselves, but you have to go and coach Nicholas.
I figured about as much. That's fine.
You notice there's a lot more kind of security on here now on this trip. Like there's like someone in every car. It seems like a Magneton or Magnazone.
Makes sense.
The real question is are they pulled by Magnus Eye?
Well, they heat up the magnesite, so when they ship it or move it anywhere,
Oh, interesting.
once it cools back down, it becomes usable again for its other purpose. Yeah, you are back on the train, and unless there's anything you wish to do overnight, they're not holding another tournament or anything. It's very restricted. They're like watching people as they like go up to go to the bathroom every time, and
Making sure that the bathroom is untampered when they're done.
Yeah. So it's
Very-
you guys have the luxury of they're only just sitting outside your door rather than just in your room, but yeah.
Oh gosh.
So they're not they're not invading your privacy. They're just kind of standing outside your door like a guard would.
Yeah, Mr. President.
Yeah. The lightning rail ride goes smoothly as you would imagine. Malcolm, roll a d6 for me.
Uh-oh. Six.
All right. You're good. You have another. You actually have a pleasant dream this time. You catch a glimpse of the promised land, and that might make
It's almost
you feel
as if
better.
I wore. It's almost as if I wore my nightcap that gives me pleasant dreams.
Yeah. Yeah. I was seeing the weird electricity move the car again. But you in the morning, you have a much smoother ride back to Ironbroch as the train rolls up to the station. You are back in the polluted city as it was a little clearer on the mountain, but when you walk out, you just immediately begin to gag and cough at the pollution.
Malcolm probably is a bit more distressed than before.
It very much reminds you of the dream.
Exactly.
Oh no.
Guys, I need the dream catcher now!
We're in Ironbroch. There's a possibility they might have one here.
Or Anna can start looking for one.
Or that
And,
too.
he starts running towards the marketplace.
Oh dear.
Just screaming, Anna!
Is that where you guys are gonna go?
We shouldn't
Yeah.
leave him unsupervised, so
Yeah, well, we'll start there.
All right, so you guys make your way through the large. You hear the noises too, kind of. The noises of Ironbroch begin deafening you as the clanks and clinks of hammer on metal rings in your ear, and you find your way to the central district where all of the shops are. And you indeed do find Anna's cart.
And,
She doesn't look pleased.
Anna, I need a dream catcher, Anna.
Well, I need you to tell me where you're going.
Oh yeah, I told everyone that we forgot to tell you, but it was too late because the train was already taking us away. I'm sorry.
Oh yeah, well, tell me about this. And as she throws a newspaper in front of you.
oh dear.
I can't read, Anna.
The rest of you are here by then.
Dante will
Yeah.
take the paper and look it over.
All right. Right here. Yeah, and there's a headline with a Malcolm with like confetti all around him on the front. So even if you can't read Malcolm, you see yourself with like all the confetti, and maybe you're trying to eat it on the front of it.
Hey, Malcolm had a party.
That's
And that Malcolm seems to have like that weapon you won too in the shiny cup.
And he's got one, and he's got a cup thing in the javelin just like mine.
Malcolm, that's supposed to be you.
Oh, really?
How?
Oh, yeah, I guess it does kind of look like me.
How? Why?
Right, you weren't there for this, were you? There was,
No, not that. I was on the rail with you guys. I mean, how? Why does he not recognize himself?
Dante just kind of glances and just looks at Malcolm back to Nicholas and just doesn't even really respond. Just
Ugh. Point
Well-
taken.
Well, I mean, it's not that hard. I mean, he looks like Malcolm, and I kind of look like Malcolm. Was that Nicholas
That was
dropping
my
something in
phone.
disbelief?
that was my phone dropping out of my pocket.
We'll say that yes, that was Nicholas just dropping something in disbelief. Method acting.
Anyway, Anna, I need a dream catcher.
Before that, it does look like this entire paper was put out by the reporter we ran into at Arlo Quickquill.
Well, maybe you could tell him to advertise me a little in there. I've had no
Did he-
luck.
Actually, I think Malcolm did.
Yeah, I did. I told him to mention you. Did he not mention you?
Here.
She looks at the article and, with a highlighter. and shakes her head.
There's no mention of Anna in here.
Well, I was wearing my button. Did he get the button?
No, he did not.
Maybe we should have punched him like everyone else.
The trophy is in the way of the button.
And it keeps getting Mike Wazowski. I guess just to add to the humor, Nicholas is gonna message Proteus to ask, so who is this lady and what's with the ego?
She's a merchant that we've been working with. She's been helping us, and we've been helping her on our way to Loomhalton. We've been hired as her bodyguards.
Anyway, a dream catcher. I don't know why I'm doing this for you. Roll a D100, Malcolm.
5.
Oh my goodness.
That's actually really good.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
What?
Old school.
Yeah. Closer to like 1 is like good on a D100 for me.
Yep.
Yeah.
Huh.
Because
That's how they usually work.
Yeah. But yeah, she just pulls out a dream catcher. Yeah, I have this piece of junk here. I don't want it.
Wow, you had it right away, and he gives her 20 gold.
Oh, okay. Hey, can any of you make more of these?
So, right, we did kind of forget to mention our entire little visit up to Red River.
Uh-huh.
There's been a lot going on the last few days. As no doubt you kind of understood from the paper.
Oh, yeah, it's just it's kind of awful learning it from a paper than from you guys telling me anything. And especially when you said there's people trying to kill you. That doesn't make me feel very safe.
Granted, if you were with us in the train, you would have been in the same amount of danger. But yes, we did forget, so that's on us.
Yeah.
Well,
Also, this is Gorvin.
hello?
Hello there.
Just greet and just kind of waves at you awkwardly. Would you like to buy something?
Not exactly right now, but perhaps in the future I may have need of your services.
Cheapskate. Great.
Yeah. By the way, has the disguise kit search gone well?
Roll a d100.
All right. Do I get the nat 1? No,
No.
61.
Yeah, looking for one of those in this place has been quite trouble. Like, not many people. Well, I suppose, you could go to the textile district and maybe ask them, but they seem to be selling, like, more so rugs and clothing, if anything. You might be able to find someone there, I'd guess. I'd wager. And I don't wager unless I know I'm going to win.
Yeah. I mean, I could potentially put my own together if I just grabbed enough components from the shops there.
Oh, you're gonna be you have to give an arm and a leg there to get anything there. The fabric is real expensive.
Probably be at least twice the price, I imagine.
Yeah.
If you're looking for a disguise kit, you might want to try searching places entertainers frequent. They have to come with the same kits they give to most entertainers when they start out.
Yeah, well, I know where we can find them, but it's a lot closer to Loomholtzen.
Anyway, what are you guys doing now?
Well, right now I think we're going to be staying in the city because we have to go ask people things. I will say that Malcolm might want to pay a trip to the forest soon, but we're going to try to avoid that if we can.
All right. Would you like me to come with you, or should I stay here?
If we go to the forest, it would be best to stay here. We don't know if who we're meeting out there is friend or foe.
I hear there's druids out there.
Yeah, but do you think they're friend or foe?
From what I've heard on the grapevine, they're most of them are just hermits who live out there. I haven't really heard of them being benevolent or malevolent. It could be either.
Yeah, that's why we're kind of at. I expect we'll find a bit of both.
Yeah, I'll let you all do history checks regarding druids.
What is a druid? The crash course.
What is a druid? A miserable little pile of something.
Nature and magic. Yeah,
12.
this.
Well,
10.
All right, the highest we got was a 12.
Yeah, you don't know very much.
Malcolm guidance is Proteus.
All right. Roll a d4.
All right.
I think I've ever got it.
16.
Okay, you do know that druids, they are sometimes a nuisance, where some of them like the one you fought at that tree very
Right.
much. Sometimes they attack people for not respecting the land, but others are just friendly hermits living out. They draw magic from nature rather than blood, like a Manaborn would. So very realistically, a druid could be responsible for what's happening to Malcolm.
Well, for now, at any rate, we're going to visit, I guess, all of the districts. Oh
Thing
yeah,
that-
and Polly.
A
We're
thing
gonna go visit Polly.
thing I heard about too was people have been getting sick lately.
They should eat more grass.
Sick. How?
Well,
Just common colds or
apparently ever since there's a new expansion near the textile district, and people have been getting sick recently ever since there. I guess it's just because of those. She points to the smokestacks. That, right? But I don't know. They've been
Well, it has not bothered them before.
considering that most of the workers are just steel and poison types.
yeah, and it's nothing serious. It's mainly just headaches, nausea, and coughing. But who knows?
Mmm. Those druids are quickly getting higher up on that list, aren't they?
Well, if I were a druid, I think I'd hate this place.
Yeah.
Which would give them reasonable enough incentive.
Well, I'll let you go off to your own devices.
All right.
Thanks for the dream catcher.
Yeah, tell me if it works.
Okay.
Now, out of character, we have a lot of people to visit in a short amount of time, so on what, like, are we able to go talk to Talia, Cedric, Estelle at the very least, or
Yeah,
do you
yeah.
think that'd be too much?
Who do
Okay.
you want to talk to?
It's
first?
just who do you want to talk to?
Yeah, I feel like we probably want to go talk to either Cedric or Talia first, and then Estelle, so that way we can balance Malcolm, like sandwich Malcolm, like he had the thing with Anna. Then we'll have our thing, then Malcolm thing, then our thing.
All right. So who specifically do you want to go to first?
I think Proteus would want to see Talia.
Feel like Talia's probably the most suspicious, maybe. It's hard to say, but
Well,
I'd say
more
Talia's.
like more like there's the most stuff revolving around her.
Yeah,
When you look at this newspaper too, there is an advertisement that you notice specifically, Nicholas. It says maybe in the next life, now in production. And you recognize that as there was a theater in Loomhausen that has been down on its luck, and the producer director, he's pretty much doing everything to keep this place up and running, and all the productions just flop. And this is probably he's been working on like this last chance, this last hurrah to get it to keep it open. And it just strikes you because, it's actually in production. It's just kind of their last hope of a production here called Maybe in the Next Life. His name is Giovanni Bordello. As it says
yeah, I
at the
have
bottom.
no idea how to spell that last name, but
Giovanni Bordello, a Giovanni Bordello production. It says at the bottom.
Oh, actually, that name's probably easy to. Okay,
Yeah.
gotcha.
Yeah. You just kind of notice that there at the bottom. That's
Huh. Surprised he managed to get that out going. Might have to see that sometime. Anyways, we should probably be off. We're burning daylight.
Yeah. So you're gonna go off to the automations district.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Okay.
All right. Yeah. So you go through the automations district, the automation of the conveyor belts and just various places where they're testing these automatons until you reach Talia's workshop, where you might be familiar with her by this point, and she sees you enter and says, you see the Ivysaur working just on another one of these automatons, and she glances you walk in and says, well, look who's back from their grand tour of near-death experiences.
Yeah. We seem to be good at those.
Yeah, well, I'd ask what happened, but she pulls out the newspaper.
Oh. Yeah, there's a bit more to that, though.
Congratulations on the tournament, by the way. And she nods at you. Welcome.
Thanks.
So, what happened in the mines is what I would like to know.
Yeah. And, guess Proteus will gesture to Malcolm. Oh,
All right.
Make sure that no one else is, like, observing.
Yeah.
Right.
Excuse me for a moment. Do you mind if I make sure, listen, keep my ear to the ground and make sure nobody's listening in?
Sure.
This might be too important.
Sure, Puss in Boots. By the way, who are you?
Gorvin, I decided to because of their actions on the light rail, I decided to help these people out in their investigation and stuff like that, as a way of, because I was on there too, and I decided to do it as a way of saying thanks.
So you
He was
trust?
genuinely a help during the mines.
Well, what I want to know is he trustworthy?
I'd say so.
Yeah. Trustworthy enough, at the very least, with the information we're about to give you, since he already knows it, since he was there.
Okay, well, if they're vouching for you, I trust you. Anyway, what do you got for me?
He gives her the dragon construct wing.
Whoa!
Find any magnesite because it was already made into something.
And as she's focused on this like wing right now, right?
And I'm guessing those crows are responsible for this?
Uh,
I think Nicholas was going to do something.
yeah,
Oh, yeah, what are you going to do?
yeah, like basically while walking around and trying to stay out of her view, I was gonna get detect thoughts up.
Okay. I will have you do a stealth roll.
Okay.
Okay.
Gosh darn it. Okay, give me a second.
Finicky.
Yeah.
Is it turning into shrugs?
Oh, 10. Ugh. God, you
Ooh.
guys.
Guidance.
When
Yeah.
we do that
Guy-
without, oh wait, yeah, you can do that without being obvious. I can't.
guidance first, and if that doesn't
Well-
work well,
Well,
there is a reroll.
you need to hit a 15.
Oh,
Ooh.
Well, we can reroll.
that's true. Okay, use
That's
it.
only a
Reroll.
3, so...
Yeah, he's got a +7. He's as good at it as I
Yeah,
am.
reroll it.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you.
Oh, there we go.
23, so much better.
Okay, so does detect thoughts have any verbal components?
It does, yeah. So I'm trying to sort of get away and out of earshot as well.
Stick his head out the door, look both ways on the street while mumbling to himself.
Yeah, sort of something like that.
Okay, so I'll let you get away a little bit, because in this world, like, to make subtle spell like actually mean something, it's obvious when you're casting magic. But with the stealth roll, I'll let you kind of get away with it a little bit, but I'll shorten the time a little bit just for you to kind of sneak away off outside a little bit and come back. But okay.
Okay.
And
Yeah, gotcha. But yeah, he'll come back and say, "All right, coast is clear," with the spell up.
all right. You detect as she's looking at this wing. Just give me a second.
Okay.
She's thinking frustration. More like what emotion am I thinking of right here? The emotion of where she thinks something's really amateur, and she's kind of insulted.
Noted.
Yeah. So she says, those crows did this, huh? Well, what I'm guessing, huh?
Yeah, well, they don't normally have training like that. Is more what we were thinking.
Well, I gotta hand it to them. They're nothing but persistent. Sabotage, murder, building bootlegs. They're really a do-it-all kind of group.
Thanks to what I've seen and what they've told me, we believe that they may be getting some form of help, and that's how they managed to construct this wing. Can you imagine, based on what you could see of it, can you imagine who in Ironbroch would have the proficiency to make something like this?
You sense the emotion of, like, really insulted again. And kind of the emotion of, oh god, I have to explain this. So let me guess. You're thinking I have something to do with this.
No, we're thinking that the murder might be working with someone under you or threatening someone under you to help them figure this out for themselves.
Well, I think it's pretty obvious what's happening here. They took my automatons that Cedric's workers disposed of, and through my work through wood chippers and put it back together with chewing gum and hopes and dreams to make.
You're saying that
Dreams?
these are already made of existing parts from the automatons?
Yes, this is I can tell by the material used. It is the material of the older automatons. Most ones that were dumped into the river or scrapped into the middle of the street. These were scavenged parts. So they had the framework to put it back together.
So you're pretty sure they aren't using any expertise around here, huh? They're just using your blueprints.
Mm-hmm.
Just scavenge.
Bingo.
Well, we also think that they might, at the very least, be trying to lead a trail back here,
But
or are living somewhere close to your facilities.
But what caught my attention the most wasn't my ripped off material, but the cloth to make this wing.
Something to do with the textile districts.
Mm-hmm. High quality textile work. Really high end. I'm guessing it was flying.
Yeah. Not to mention, we found out where that green dye went, as I suspected. The smaller and more petty the crime, the more dangerous.
Yes, but that is what is interesting here. Is,
Listen,
well, whoever this may be, this is quality stuff. Definitely not something you'd pick up in a local bargain bin. It's high-end fabric, probably from Alara's district, which you just mentioned. The only thing more expensive than making this is the headache we're going to have of figuring out who paid for it. Or if they even did. So unless they got a rich uncle bankrolling this operation from out of town, I'd say they sourced it right under Alara's nose. Either someone's got really deep pockets or they're getting cozy with the right people in her district.
Do you know Alara's handwriting very well?
Nicholas, you sense she's trying to pin this on Alara. Like, she's subtly trying to pin this on Alara for them. She's trying not to be too overt.
Okay.
What do you mean by for them?
For you guys. Like,
Okay.
yeah, like, she's trying to, like, it's kind of...
Oh, I got it.
Yeah,
I got it.
a surface level thought where she's trying not to be too too on the nose with blaming Alara, but with the detect thoughts, you can tell that's what she's trying to do. No, I'm not an expert in that kind of thing.
Well, either way, we
That's-
think that would probably be wise to at least see if they were trying to get around here or copy blueprints or something to that nature, because they can take information without taking anything themselves, and that's why I'd want to take a look around.
Yeah, well, it's obviously where they got the materials from and the framework for whatever they built with this thing. But I don't even think they're stealing it either. Because none of this fabric was reported stolen, only the green dye was.
Yeah.
whether it's being given or bought.
Mm-hmm. So either someone's selling it to them or they've got a supplier with very loose morals.
But here's the other question, Talia. This thing had magnetite inside of it. I don't think that the crows would be good enough handcraftsmen to use it.
Well, how long were they down there for?
Probably
Well,
quite a long
probably
time.
since the ghost stories began to happen, which was 2 weeks ago.
It's been going on for like a month.
Well, a month is a awfully quick period of time for them to suddenly become good enough craftsmen to work with magnetite. on a level where it can control floating metal objects and throwing them exactly where they need to be pointing them to, as well as launching anyone wielding or holding it.
Well, I can't help you with that. I don't know what this was attached to.
What I'm saying is they would need someone more skilled. And again, I think that they might be threatening someone you're working with. Ever so subtly. Maybe that was the only thing that person had to work on for them to complete their job.
Well, they are based from Loomhausen, so they're the ones who
Yeah.
mainly work with magnesite.
Well, I would have thought that they would have made the whole thing there, but it sounds like they sourced it out here from what you're telling me. Which would have meant local worker on the magnesite too.
Well, it's shipped there, so if they were really stealing magnesite, I don't know why they would be doing it here and not in Loomhausen, where they're usually based.
They want
Hmm.
to secure stuff.
In this area, I think I'm going to have to agree with her. More than likely, they'd have much easier access of working with it in Loomhausen, considering they've got the experts there that they could either steal or coerce information on. I learned that they're working, and I'm sure this is something you rather frustrated, but I learned from the mine workers that they're potentially using this magnesite in order to fix their airship problem, considering the
Oh
difficult
boy!
to get fires up.
Again, you when you mentioned the airships, she's like she's pissed off. Yes, yes. They're taking that from me. See, the airships were my area of expertise when it came to flying around the Republic, but that has been since, well, not as reliable anymore, which is why I've had to double down on the mining operations to make sure Ironbroch uh, thrives. Because I don't want it just to be a mining city. I want it to be the mining city.
Dante grimaces a little bit. Uh, about that. Oh dear. We ran into problems up there in mine aside from just what we ran into. Like we're talking infestations.
What?
And
They're
acid.
trying to drive you. They're trying to drive out anyone from using the magnesite. They're closing. The mines are being closed down. It was a scorched earth tactic when we drove them out.
Um, you detect um it's somewhat kind of glad because when it comes to the airships being closed, no more magnesite is going to be shipped, which she kind of likes. But there is some like oof in there as well. Well, did you get any?
Well, again, what we found was inside of, and he like taps the metal vat.
Well, that's a bummer. I send you there to clear ghost stories to open up the mine, and you end up closing it. Well, I can't blame you too much.
Really wasn't our intention.
Yeah.
Just things
Yeah,
ended up being worse than what we expected.
Well, at least Cedric can't blame it on me.
once these blackbirds are cleared out, and once they've got their little infestation problem fixed, they'll probably reopen it again, but honestly, it's probably for the best they tread a little carefully. If I were a betting man, which, considering how much I'd like to game a little, I do place a few bets as well. I'd say the murders can be right back to where they started it the moment they get the chance.
Well, if you want my opinion, if you really want to stop them, then I'd follow up on this. I'd follow up on this cloth. She's trying to lead you back into implicating Alara again. I'll say
Certainly
that's
something.
I'll say that's where it ends too.
Okay. Honestly, that was a lot longer than I thought you were going to give me.
Well,
So I'm
it's
happy
hard
with
to
that.
it's hard to time during a conversation, right?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, fair enough. But yeah, Nichols will say, yeah, it's certainly a lead to follow. We'll definitely look into it.
Anyway, I don't want to drag you into another mystery. Is there anything else I could help you with? Didn't scuff up my private car too much, did you?
I think it was undisturbed, honestly.
Good.
Are we gonna leave the wing with her?
Do
Yeah,
we
we
want to
wouldn't.
show it to anyone else, or do we want to take it back?
I mean, it's made with a bunch of stuff from her automatons.
Except the cloth. Or the material for the cloth.
Well, I guess we might want it then if we wanted to whip it out on Alara and talk about the cloth.
It might be good.
Yeah. But Proteus will say, well, good luck to you, but again, if you know a bit more, or if the murder has anything to discover, it'd be best to tell us first, because it seems like they're trying to lead a trail to you.
Well, you know what I think, too. Maybe Cedric's doing it to himself. Maybe
I thought you said he wasn't doing it.
No. Maybe he's doing it to himself. Self-sabotage, just so he can blame me. Hiring them to do it.
Proteus shakes his head. You know him. I think he's a little bit too boorish for that.
Well, who knows? I think everyone has skeletons in their closet.
Yeah, that I can agree with. Everyone's always got some cards stacked behind their back. Everyone always wants to keep an ace up their sleeve.
Yeah. Well, unless you're the MDRA.
Oh, I don't want to get concerned with those mages.
Yeah, they're trouble.
In any case, unless you guys have any further inquiries, I think we're best off to talk to someone else.
All right. Well, be my guest. Just don't come crying to me when you get tangled up in politics.
I feel like we've already, unfortunately, gotten tangled up as is.
Yeah, when you're in the newspaper, it's too late.
Yeah, fair enough. Anyway, catch you around. She goes back to work on her project.
Okay. Proteus is gonna say, I think we should go back to our room first. Well, actually, no. Let's talk to Estelle first and then go to our room, since it'll be in the same place, most likely.
All right, yeah. You can make your way through the... that's what you guys are doing?
Yep.
Yeah.
All right, yeah, you make your way through the textile district. Sorry, the automation district to the central one, where you you make your way back to the inn you're staying at, the Howling Gear. Your room is all ready for you, but when you walk in, the innkeep says, I believe there was someone waiting for you over in that room over there. They had a weird request for the knock where they just wanted you to act like you're bashing your head against the door.
Oh boy! Malcolm's gonna do that.
Just runs off immediately.
Ah,
Oh, I guess we're off there.
Yeah. Yeah, you don't even know what the room was. So
he headbutts the first room he sees.
oh no.
just this grumpy old Empoleon just opens the door and just looks down at you.
Wow, you evolved!
Oh,
Just slams the door in your face.
I think she's grumpy, guys.
Dante's gonna just ask for where the room is.
It's on the second floor, last room on the end.
All right, got it. Thank you. And he'll just go right over to Malcolm and just kind of like grab him by the horn and just wrong room.
This is the wrong room.
You
All
are
right.
you are taken up to well, I guess you guide Malcolm up to the second floor and to the last room, and yeah, you're in front of it.
This one?
This one.
Thunk!
You hear a bunch of clasps unlocking and the door open. She peeks out, opens the door slightly, and then sees Orvin and said, "Oh, hello."
Hello there. Before you wonder too much, I've had to introduce myself plenty already, but to make the long story short, I'm sure, I don't know if you've read the paper or not, but there was an incident at the rails. I happened to be on it, and since these guys more or less saved my life, I decided to help them out in their troubles.
And well, that's nice. You don't mind waiting outside, do you?
The topics we're going to discuss is probably already known to him. At least the whole what happened over there thing, and he like coughs and says crow's magic.
Come inside.
Malcolm walks in.
He'll walk in and just hold the door for the rest of them.
Yeah, we'll file in. This one's probably bigger than the one in Oakshire, so
Yeah, it's a much nicer room. There's kind of like bronze and brass work there's actually like a little kitchen and stuff. She's actually got a pretty high-end room compared to yours, even though. But when she puts the ward up, she says to you, what part of keeping this on the down low did you not understand, guys?
So he made the magic the crows were using. That's what he knows. That's what we wanted to discuss today.
Wait, you made it?
Well, I have some history with the murder, so I want to try and pull them out into the open. So I crafted a few spell scrolls to try and draw them out. They're supposed to be harmless, but they ended up using them in ways I didn't quite expect.
So you're not in the academy, are you?
I discovered my powers on my 18th birthday, so I was too old to be brought into the academy.
Hmm. Do you have any interest of course we can't force you, but do you have any interest of joining the academy?
As of right now, I've got my plate full. You'll have to ask again when my plate's a bit lighter.
Well, perhaps this can work out in our favor. Okay. Okay. Well, you contacted me, and well, I do have some bad news, but I'll save that for later. Tell me what you found and what you need to know. She invites you to all sit down on like this little couch she
All
has.
right. So we know that other than purchasing spell scrolls out from places the MDRA couldn't track, as through Gorvin, we also found out that they were using a telepathic bond spell,
Mm-hmm.
which is a high circle, which means that someone is working with them, likely from around here.
Well, that could be anything. That could be a Maleficent mage or just a hedge mage like our friend here.
Yeah. We were able to whittle down our list of suspects.
According to according to an interrogation with one of the crows, they have believe there are two here, two monoborn that are hiding themselves here. We don't know for sure whether they're considering me as one of them or not, but that means at the very least there's one monoborn here we don't know about.
Hmm. Interesting. Well, it's the process of finding out if someone is monoborn, especially well, at a young age, it's difficult, but if they're older, they often use it to their advantage to hide themselves. So, illusion might be at play, but they might. The trouble is, they might not even be using it, but I would bet anything they would be holding a spellcasting focus. Maybe keep an eye out for that. But the detect magic spell might be able to locate them while they're doing something avert.
Well, luckily I happen to know that spell quite well.
Sometimes I just do it.
Oh, how is it going, Malcolm? I know I keep asking you. You haven't exploded yet.
Actually, I exploded yesterday.
Really? And you're still all
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
Fascinating.
I-
How did you feel?
Well, it kind of hurts a little bit, but then you just kind of fall on the ground and get back up.
How did it taste? And did you taste anything while you were doing it? She just keeps asking these really weird questions about it.
It tasted kind of like rocks with grass, like when you're eating grass, but it's on this gravel, but you get the little bit of the gravel in it too, and then you crunch it, and it hurts your teeth.
She seems intently like looking at you, jotting all this down with the mage hand. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Great. Good job. He's been all right, right?
He doesn't seem to think so.
Not sleeping the best.
Yeah, I have bad dreams, and usually it's about legs that eat me, but the other night it wasn't like that. I heard the voice and it kind of sounded like the legs, but then the ground broke open and I fell into the dark, and my friends didn't have eyes, and then they breathed out this black stuff on me, and it was almost as bad as the air in Ironbroch. And the voice told me that I am chaos and I can't destroy it, and that I can't control it, and it's gonna destroy and I'm gonna destroy my friends.
He woke up that morning coughing.
You've also caught him waking up from sleep with signs of actual harm done to him. Other people in the town have had the same thing happen.
Okay, now we're talking. She kind of puts down the pen she was jotting down and begins kind of like thinking to herself. This does indeed sound like a powerful version of the dream spell. I do wonder, there's these incidents that seem connected. You're saying there's 2 Monoborn here. A high-level telepathically communication, and now a dream spell. Although from what you were telling me, the dream spell does not work like that to actually inflict harm. In fact, a lot of the mages just use it to annoy people. Honestly, a lot of them at the academy just call it a useless spell. It's very much like True Strike for a while, but a lot of people, there's been a breakthrough with that lately, and people are saying it's amazing now.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I could actually confirm that.
Yeah, but nonetheless, the dream spell is also available to the druids that live around in this area, and they don't have the greatest relation with Ironbroch. That could be one lead. Would you know anything about that?
We've already heard mention that druids around here, in the specific circles around here.
Yeah.
One of them being dreams.
Only odd part is, well, I could see why they'd be antagonistic to Ironbroch itself. I'm not sure why they would have chose Malcolm as a target too.
Malcolm, do you have any other dreams before this? Besides grass? Is there anything else you see in your dreams?
Well, sometimes I hear this other voice that isn't the scary voice.
And what's it say to you?
Well, it usually calls for help.
Well, that's news to me. Perhaps he's plane walking.
That's what I'm thinking. Because the realm of dreams is often connected to the Feywild. And perhaps he's getting some messages there, and whoever is tormenting him with these nightmares perhaps doesn't like that he's getting these messages.
Oh yeah, he doesn't like that I'm in there at all. He says I'm uh uh. He goes wall-eyed and like a little bit of drool starts coming down from the side of his mouth. Invading or something. Like I'm doing things I'm not supposed to be doing. He thinks it's his or something, maybe. I can't remember. It was a long time ago.
Well, this is sounding more and more like an altered version of the dream spell. So I would reasonably wager that whoever's doing it is close by. Not the dream spell has an amazing range, but if they modified it, they're augmenting it somehow. She glances at you guys. And perhaps able to do this. And I'm thinking it might be the druids.
That's what we were suspecting, but that definitely gives a lot more credence to the idea. We know that they've been using the ether.
But on the flip side, druids are not monoborn. So they can't be this other monoborn that Crow tipped you off about.
Maybe if we visited them, they might be able to help us narrow down the search, though. If they could help us pin down what this person actually looks like, we could then return here and go after them, but it might take too long. It'd be a 6 days round trip.
Well, you have time. If you want to investigate around here before you go to the city, this is great if you're solving this. But yeah, I will try to help you however I can in dispelling this. I can provide you with a few scrolls of detect magic. A few of the abjuration spells of that ilk of dispelling magic and locating magic. I can provide some of those to you.
If Malcolm is having another nightmare, or even just in the night, should we try to dispel magic on him?
That would narrow it down if you tried to do that and you were successful, but you need to find where it's coming from. But going to one of the druid circles is a start. But you need a way to find it. The scrolls are more so to find this rogue mage, jizz, plural, if you don't count as one. She points to Corvin, or Nicholas.
Yeah, I can't say for sure.
But you can only really catch them when they're using magic. Or you find a spell focus. Because any mage worth their salt is always going to have one of those close by.
They have to be physically touching it, or could it be some distance away from them?
They could leave it at home, but you see, we mages are a paranoid lot and always keep them on us. Especially wizards. They don't leave their spellbook. They'll never leave their spellbook at home. In case maybe a situation where they're discovered, they need to get out fast. And despite hiding...
We can try the second one. Drive them out.
And how do you propose you're going to do that?
Well, if they have to keep the book nearby, well, I suppose that's assuming they're a wizard. We shouldn't do that. If they're a sorcerer, that'd make it complicated.
Exactly. Well, that's one thing to keep an eye out for. She gives you 3 of each. Locate object and detect magic scrolls.
Okay.
I can provide you with that. Would you... I unfortunately don't have any ideas of locating this rogue mage, so I am all ears if you have any other suggestions. No?
Hmm.
I can try a few, well, tricks of the mind, I suppose. Get them to tell me without realizing it.
With which methods?
Well, mostly see
can-
if I can get them to talk about something that ordinary people wouldn't know much about. Nothing too deep, but deep enough that would give me grounds to stand on.
I should point out too, Nicholas, you broke the edicts by doing what you did.
Oh.
You cast an enchantment spell on a politician.
I-
But you got away with it, so.
Oh,
Is text
Talia
up?
is a
I didn't
politician.
even think
She
about
is on
that.
the Iron Council.
Yeah. Maybe just to keep a...
No, detect thoughts is divination.
Oh, okay. Yeah, then you're good. I thought it was enchantment for some reason. I guess that makes sense, yeah. So you're good. It might get you in trouble, but not in deep trouble.
Okay, I was just about to say, wait a second.
Yeah, but... Yeah, how do you plan to do this, Proteus?
Again, I just give them some information that might reveal their hand.
Well, I find that sort of thing doesn't work on a crafty mage, so it might not be that effective.
Yeah, the only thing that I think I would run into issues with is if there's a sorcerer, because they could attempt to detect thoughts or something similar on us before we can even close in.
Yes, my point exactly.
But against all other kinds, I feel like I could make it work through clever wordplay.
Is there anything else you wish to tell me?
Well, you wanted to know all the things that happened to me, right?
Oh, yes. She picks up the quill again, and...
Okay. And he's going to use one of his rages to activate his wild magic.
roll your d8.
Please get the teleport.
7, that is flowers and vines temporarily grow around you until your rage ends. The ground within 15 feet of you is difficult terrain to your enemies. So the entire room just blossoms with flowers and vines everywhere.
Like,
Malcolm,
creep
what
up
are you?
the couch.
Amazing. Okay, is it all right if I take a sample
Of what?
of the vines?
Oh, yeah.
She begins she just kind of plucks one off the ground and puts it in a jar.
Yeah, honestly, you might want to just keep all of them. I don't know if these things last or if they stick around. They might not appreciate having new decor on the floor.
Oh, don't worry. The Academy can pay for any damages. But this is...
I don't think you want it to be implied that you cast spike growth in this place.
Oh, well, this is fine. I asked you to do this as an example. I'll take responsibility for it. But this is a result of the meteor, isn't it?
I don't know. I
Right,
thought
but-
maybe you'd know.
Well, it seems that way. Are you able to control this?
He looks scared for a moment and says, "Not really. I can turn it on and off, but what happens? I don't know. Like one time I turned into a disco ball, and another time I shot like these bolts out of me, and it hurt people. And then another time it was like I was sucking the life out of them.
Fascinating.
And then there's this one, and then another time I was teleporting."
Wow, you replicate... Was it about 30 feet? I think you were replicating the Misty Step spell.
Well, not exactly. It also went through plans, so it almost looked closer to, again, a plane shift.
Oh. Well, I'll tell you what, Malcolm. This is a gift you have. Don't be afraid of it. You're not even monoborn. This is... It definitely seems linked to the meteor, because the meteor was giving effects like these, but they seem to be beneficial for you. It's as if they're adapted to your instincts, Malcolm.
You think so?
Yeah, I'd ask for... would you mind if I took a little bit of your blood?
Kinda. He's gonna look at the rest of the party.
For scientific reasons, anyway. Just to
What? To
possibly
see if he's monoborn now?
well,
Or has the potential to be so?
maybe that... Ooh, that would be... Her face kind of goes a little grim after that. That would be a problem, considering what's happening in Lumhausen.
And the other thing about more Manaborn in general showing up, meaning direct proof of a meteor causing that.
Mm-hmm.
Something
It would
tells
help.
me if you're
I can't argue, though, that information like that's probably important to know.
It'd help keep people safe.
That's what we wish to do. We want to help use the meteor so it isn't dangerous, is what the MDRA is trying to do.
Okay.
And it seems like you... It's fascinating. You should be dead, Malcolm, but it somehow... You seem to have adapted to it, and that's why I want some of your blood to see how you managed to do that.
Okay, you can have some.
All right. She pulls out a syringe out of her bag and is like, "Do one of you wish to do it?"
Always mean that needs more of a steady hand.
You won't need to do a check or anything. It's just kind of drawing blood from him.
a little too squeamish with that kind of stuff, so
It's similar enough to what, not really similar, but Dante will take the syringe.
Yeah. So it's not a humongous needle or anything. It's quite a small one, and yeah, you can just kind of jab it into him. It's a little easier now that his wool isn't there. So you just feel a little prick, Malcolm.
Meh.
So you fill it up with the crimson liquid. She extends it over. Thank you. And I know the reputation the MDRA gets. We're not going to use it to scry on you, and we're not going to use it for any nefarious reason. I wish to just get to the bottom for this, and I wholly mean that. And I hope at this point you trust me.
Well, I'm sure that you'll tell us everything that you learn from it.
Mm-hmm.
Because there was 100 different ways that could play out, including being normal, but I doubt it.
It's not really fair to say Malcolm's normal anymore, given everything.
Well,
So,
at the very least, what he's doing seems to be beneficial from what it sounds like. Nothing bad has happened. So, wait a minute. That voice in your dream, Malcolm, it's saying you are going to hurt people.
Huh?
Have you hurt anyone with these your friends and allies anyway with these abilities you have gained?
Not my friends, no.
Then whoever's it sounds like who's doing this doesn't want you to use this. Because it's been nothing but beneficial, correct?
Yeah.
Other than when we're thrown across the room.
Yeah, that happens sometimes.
I wonder, considering the ones who would know the most about this would be the murder, makes me wonder if they might have reported Malcolm's abilities to one of their superiors, and that it's that superior who wants Malcolm to stop using it due to its beneficial nature. Well, that may be a stretch, it's certainly a possibility.
Just what I'm thinking is why they're trying to get him to stop doing it. And as Proteus theorized, which I'm surprised you know about, is the planes. And Malcolm's abilities seem to be attached to the Feywild to some degree, which are also interwoven with the realm of dreams. So activating that power of yours, Malcolm, seems to be doing something they don't like to them, and that is why they are trying to get you to stop. So my advice to you is keep on using it.
Really? You really think so?
This is just a theory, but it just seems strange if you ask me.
Well, now that you mention it, the other voice in my dream, the one that's calling for help, he says that I can do it.
Maybe who's tormenting you, doing that ability may be causing you to link up with that voice crying for help.
And maybe you're right. Maybe I gotta do it as much as I can.
Go to sleep tonight and see what happens. You've used it to create this flora and fauna around my room. I don't think I'm going to be sleeping here tonight, but that's all right.
Maybe it'll go away if I turn it off.
Yeah, does it go away if you turn it off?
Yes, it says temporarily grow.
Okay. Okay, well that works too.
Well, I guess the sample would disappear too.
Ugh.
Yeah, probably. So he turns it off. His wool goes back to its normal white instead of that iridescent color, and it all just kind of withers away and disappears.
Well, the blood should do. figure out what this affliction is. I don't want to call it an affliction because, again, it seems to be to your benefit. You have a gift, Malcolm. You should embrace it.
Okay, I will.
As for the rest of you, how do you plan to continue forward from here?
Well, one of the politicians wants us to spy on other politicians, which I hate to say, but could be useful to try to narrow things down, at least to who the murder's contacts could be.
I don't like the whole idea of that.
Yeah, I'm not really so sure of it myself.
Those are two options for proceeding: is continuing to play this game of politics, or to see if the druids might have something to do with it. I'd say for now our best bet is to continue talking around and to gather information, but at the very least, after visiting our current two leads, it might be a good idea to go try and find the druids.
The druids
Does
are
feel
outside
like
of town.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
It'll be a bit of a walk, but if they are involved in what's going on here, then it might narrow a few more things down for us.
They just generally feel like a more tangible lead.
There's also one more thing. Have you heard of anyone that could make something like this? And he's gonna once again pull out the dragon wing thing.
I would assume the leader of the automation district, Talia.
I mean, does it have like any familiar qualities to you? Like, it just doesn't look like anything I've ever seen before.
The MDRI's area of expertise is the arcane and eldritch. Power.
That's what I mean. Does it look like an eldritch monster or something spawned from the ether that you've seen?
You're showing her the mechanical
The dragon wing.
Okay, yeah, she doesn't really have any idea. It's not really in her
Refusing
wheelhouse.
to acknowledge cryophage.
Well, it's very. That was an actual dragon, so
Versus a construct replication.
Yeah, he's Proteus is more or less asking if it like resembles a creature or anything similar. This was painted green when we found it. It was meant to look like a monster of some kind.
Well, when you put it that way, it does look like the wing of a dragon. Normally, those are primordial creatures that don't exist anymore. Dragon-type Pokemon are said to be directly descendant from them, but they pale in comparison to what these creatures were capable of. And, well, let's say some have arisen in elsewhere. But they have been dispatched.
What are they capable of?
From what I've seen, destruction and death. They seem to be elementally attuned. We've eradicated most of... I am working with another. I was working with another team. The academy has cut off my contact with them, unfortunately. That's
Why?
They gained an interest in them.
Wait, so when your contacts prove useful to them, they get rid of you?
They just decided to send them higher up, let's say. That's why you are my personal project. So I can operate it how I like. And why I wanted you to keep it on the down low.
Yeah,
Let's see.
I don't like the idea of them more or less scuttling you away and trying to snap us up like a prize. But the reason I ask is they might try to make it seem like one of these creatures are nearby. That's what seemed like they were trying to do with this one.
So it was a dragon.
It looked like one, but I feel like that was the goal. They're trying to make it seem like these primordial beasts are out and about, maybe.
To what gain?
I don't know, but I'm glad to know that there's confirmation that these things at least were, to our knowledge, eliminated on where exactly? The ice continent?
Well, yes, I wanted to keep that secret for his prying ears, but okay. But I know at least 3 have been slain. No, she only knows 2 have been slain. She says she only knows 2 has been slain. There should be 5 of them. And those others I know may have dealt with the others, but from what little I know, we're at the MDRA, we're not historians, but they're attuned to the powers of fire, ice, poison, acid, and lightning. And I know for a fact the ice and fire one were dispatched.
Are you positive?
Yes.
No, that you don't know of any others. Like, have they quit telling you things?
We would be informed. I would have been informed if more have been slain. So unless those 4 have done it and not told me, I don't know. Did you guys ever tell the MDRA? Or no, she would know. She would know. The lightning one is also gone.
That's the one we didn't tell. The one we did was, well,
No,
we
because
told,
they
we told not the MDRA about that.
No, because they sent you to the lightning plane.
Right, yeah, they did.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So yeah.
Yeah.
So 3. She would know 3 are gone.
The one that we didn't talk about was Belladonna.
Yeah, or the black one, which the Expedition Society never told anyone. Yeah, so she knows only 3 have been dispatched.
All right, well, that at least narrows things down to acid or poison, both of which sound like strong candidates, given the 2 areas we went to.
And how would have it gotten over here? They seem to be all located on the ice continent. I don't know how, if it is over here.
Yeah, I don't think it is. I just think they're trying to make it seem like it is.
Then they have contacts and such on the ice continent.
Yeah.
Yeah, they know more than they should.
Well, if that's the case, she pulls out 8 bottles of potions out of her bag. Potion of acid and poison resistance. For each of you. Well, not for you, Ira. Because that was the news I wished to tell you. Back in Helmfirth, it's safe there. We've managed to set up a perimeter with none of the citizens knowing the wiser to protect everyone. So you'd be happy to know that anyone you knew there, your friends, were all safe. Nothing has happened. But what has caught my attention is your father, Ira, has taken a turn for the worse. And Ira kind of, like, while engaged in this conversation, Ira just kind of goes silent. Kind of looking down at the ground in just confusion. And kind of almost denial, but acceptance at the same time. Look, I'm sorry. You'd never be able to reach him in time for what I wager he has time left. But I can bend the rules a little bit and get you there faster, if you wish. She seems to be hesitant, looking at you three.
Sorry.
Oh no.
Obviously, in the end, it's family.
Yes. She nods. And Estelle says, I can take you to one of our access points, and well, we can't get there in a day or instantly. I can bring you there.
All right.
Andromeda says, I don't blame you if you wish to go there, Ira. We have much limited time. You have much limited time. Everyone has limited time. It's the only constant in this universe is it waits for no one. And I think the journey is worth being halted to go see the ones we love. And this affirmation kind of washes over Ira's face, and she walks up and She hands most of her adventuring gear to Gorvin, to Nicholas.
Huh. Didn't think you'd hand it to me, but thanks for that. Don't worry about these guys. I'll make sure to help them about as best I can.
Well, and Estelle says, and I seem to be caught up in the moment and have revealed a little too much than I was planning with this project called Snow of ours. But I guess we need a place to be filled if Ira's going to take a leave. Are you willing to do it? You are Monoborn, so your assets might be of help. And if you have reservations about the Academy, allow you to work in proxy through me, just to show you.
You talk about Loomhausen's Academy?
No, the MDRA, the Mystery Dungeon
Sorry,
Research
the
Academy.
MDRA. Well, like I said, me and the murder go pretty far back, and since these guys keep encountering the murder, I think, and the murder seems to be tied with this project just about as much, I think stick with this project will manage to reach my aims and help them as well.
Very well. Well, you are now a member of Snow. Ira, I can take you on the morrow to a place where we can reach Helmfirth in a timely manner. Please don't tell anyone I'm doing this, because I'd like to stay under the radar. Says to you, I shouldn't be doing this. The MDRA shouldn't be doing favors, but I believe the rules should be broken in certain instances.
I agree.
Yeah, but if I didn't see it, it didn't happen.
That's true. If they ask if we saw it under a zone of truth, we did not.
Very well. Yes, you didn't see anything. Okay. Well, I'd like you to stay with me. Well, the rest, continue your investigation.
All right.
Yeah.
Well,
We will.
go visit Mr. Henders for us.
Mr. Henders is dead.
I know. Kind of like me and visit his grave.
Yeah. Oh. And, yeah, you leave Estelle's room with, I think it's, yeah, we'll settle that later. But that's probably a good place to end things off.
Yeah, I'd say so.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Okay. With that in tow, yeah, we'll see you guys next week.
Woo!